Welcome to the 5 Letters Podcast, featuring myself, Yells,
alongside Cam.
And yo, it's me, Bez.
If gang's giving that green lights, you're getting smoked like a 3-5.
Don't slip in the bits when we're giving out green lights. Throw this thing in their clip like a beehive.
Jimmy, look. Nino, 9. We really get busy, me and this flicks like Trunks and Philly. Don't be silly, of course it's with me. Don't be silly and think we ain't got it. Can't see the bulge in my pocket. Bro, Sabby love turn the scenes horrid. You're done if you're sighted, I'm just being honest. Might just hop at this whip like fuck it. We game beef, we don't squash it. More time and the phone lines jumping. Got boxes right down to onions. Got runners, things them running, up stay cutting. Bay East, man, the guys them love it. Jump out on red lights, main road junction.
Check 1, 2. Yes, this is the sounds of the 5 Letters Podcast. This is episode number 46. That track right there, that was Jimmy and Unknown T, track entitled Green Light, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that.
Sounds right, yeah.
Someone's named Jimmy.
Yeah. Do you know what, I was talking to my friend the other day, and she was telling me about this, rapper named David. I was like, yo, we already have a Dave. Like, you can't come along and say, yeah, I'm David. But I think people just getting less creative with the names. Like, Jimmy is that's not a good name, alright? I can't lie to you. Sorry. No disrespect, Jimmy. No disrespect, but it's not a good rapper name. Might want to go back to the lab on that one.
But is it his actual name?
I don't know. I don't know him from Adam. So, could be his actual name.
Probably.
I would assume so, yeah.
I mean, you assume, but I know of pro gamers who have a name for their name. Like, there's a guy named Danny, but his real name is not Danny at all.
I guess also shout out DJ Elijah. That's not his real name.
Yeah.
So, fair enough. But, I don't know. But at least back in the day when man were using their real name, like JME, his name's Jamie, but he got creative with it. He was like, just drop out a vowel here, drop out a vowel there, leave the last vowel in. JME. Calm. It's got a nice twist to it.
Bit of spice.
A little bit, little something.
Jimmy.
Just straight Jimmy. Oh man, but yes, episode number 46. I got Bez to the left of me. I got Cam to the left of me also. This is a weird kind of situation. Bez is kind of in front and to the left, I guess. But anyway, how you lot been? How you lot doing? What's your 2 weeks been like? Talk to me. It feels like it's been longer than 2 weeks. Or is that just me?
I think that's just you.
It might be just me. It feels like it's been a long 2 weeks. But talk to me. How have they been?
It's been all right. I've had to go into the office a couple of times now. Went in twice.
Good.
But no, it wasn't even. The worst part was
we need
go in. They're saying now we need to come in 2 days every other week. So I was meant to go in on Thursday, but because the plumber was coming, he didn't come on Wednesday. So I was like, I'll stay home and see if he let him.
You didn't even know he was coming on Thursday.
I didn't, but he didn't come on Wednesday, so I assumed he would have come on Thursday. So I was like, yeah, let me stay about just in case. And he did, so I was like, okay, yeah, cool, good thing I did stay. But we had some it was our team, well, the whole side of the company. They had a AGM meeting and training academy and our social sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So it was just long because obviously you're going in. It wasn't even my office. It was near Liverpool Street. So it started at 9:30. So you have to be there before 9:30 the first day. Then obviously do the whole day, finish at 6. Then you have the social after, which was meant to go until 11, but I left at 9:30. And then come home, sleep.
Do it all again.
straight again tomorrow. Yeah, like, and they have to be there by 9 tomorrow, and it's a long 2 days that took it out of me. So yeah, I was just like trying to recover. So I had a nice chilled weekend last weekend. Didn't do anything. Just like, yeah, very relaxing, restful weekend. And then was out yesterday for one of our friend Chris's birthday. Her birthday, Chris, his birthday today. So yeah, went out yesterday to Revs in Beaconsfield, which was a fun time. Like we made the most. It was pretty empty for most of the night. Like it started getting busy around 12:30ish. Like getting busier.
How you said most of the night, 12:30. What time did it close?
3.
Okay, if it's like get busy at 12:30, that's not bad.
But like we got there at like just for 11, I think. So I guess we were there for about an hour. It felt like we were there for quite a while and it was empty, sort of thing. That's why it feels like it was dead, like empty for most of the night. But yeah, I guess it did get busy, it's getting busier by 12:30, but it never got like packed.
Yeah,
I mean, you're in a place where it starts getting like kind of, you feel like you're surrounded for a bit. Then it just disperses out. It's just dead again after like, it was one of them kind of ones. But there was quite a few of us, so yeah, we had a good time. So yeah, I'm a bit of a tired one today again, but not as tired as last time.
Yeah. Shout out Chris anyway as well. Happy birthday to man like Chris.
Yeah, that's my 2 weeks though.
Come on, Cam, talk to me. What are you saying?
I not really had much going on really. The only thing of note is that I was ill for a few days last week, which feels like it was off the back of going to Fabric, which seems to be a theme for me because when we went Fabric at the end of last year, after that, I felt ill as well.
Do you know what it is, right? You don't actually go out and be around people. So when you go out, your immune system is like, what's going on? All these people and their germs. Like, so you need to be out around people more so you can build up.
I have no reason to go near people though. Like, what am I going to do? Just go stand in the crowd?
Give people a hug.
Give who? Random people hugs on the street?
Oh my, you're trying to get man arrested.
Just give people hugs.
Just go out
There's
to
a
someone.
sign, free hugs.
Them ones, or just go out to someone and be like, you look like you need a hug. And just mate, do you know what? You'll make someone's day. If you start filming that on TikTok, you go viral. Probably because someone.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
In America, that kind of thing can run, but here, I feel like people are miserable, and it's going to be like, what the hell? Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Get on like the central line at 9 a.m. Start offering out hugs.
Someone from my high school got like, I don't know, I can't remember what happened, but he got like YouTube pranked on roads, and he got annoyed and maybe hit the guy. I can't remember, but yeah, I don't know about the UK. We don't stand for them kind of things, social experiments and whatnot. We're not here for it. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me really. I've not really done much else. I've just been chilling. Other than that, working and that. What about you else?
I've had an interesting 2 weeks. I went to Bournemouth last weekend. I went to Bournemouth, which was nice. You know, the weather was alright, but it wasn't like this weekend. If it was like this weekend, it would have been.
It's hot.
This weekend is warm, but it's great.
It's meant to be warm all week. It's meant to be like 30 degrees.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I don't like it when it's warm when I'm working. When it's warm on the weekend, that's sweet. When it's warm and I'm going to work, it's not the one. But yeah, last weekend I went to Bournemouth, went out one night. I think we went to Camel again in Bournemouth, little bar that doesn't get like popping until like 4 a.m. But like we were like, wait, it was like 2 a.m. and we were just like, when does this room open?
Yeah.
Like, because they have like a downstairs room that plays like hip hop and R&B and like Afrobeats and stuff. And like we got there at 1. And like, I don't know why, but we were thinking, yeah, it probably opens about 1:32. And we were like, calm. And it was at 2. And we're like, huh?
Oh, it opens at 2? Well, the room opens at 2, you mean?
That's what we thought.
Oh.
So we thought it would
the club's open.
So the club is open. The club is open.
11,
like,
10,
the upstairs bit is open like from whenever.
Yeah.
But we thought the downstairs bit would open by about 1.
Nah, it'd be like 3:30 probably.
So we were there, and like the person I was with was like, should we just go? I don't think it's going to open today. Like, we should probably just go because like, the upstairs bit was like just proper like not even so necessarily underground, but like very very house music, whatever.
Yeah.
And like I like a bit of house music, not necessarily that kind of house music, but I like house music every now and again. They don't like house music at all. So like it was getting to the point of like, this is jarring now. Like we've been here like hours, like listening to stuff we're not really feeling. Like should we just go? And I was like, no, let's give it a few more minutes. Like it might. And then it opened up like probably about 3, a bit after 3.
Yeah.
And then like we stayed for like an hour and a half and then left about 4:30ish. I'm like, why so late? Like why are you? Because I know they're waiting for everyone to come from the other clubs.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I'm like.
Their closes at 6 or 7, I think it is.
Yeah, 6, I think.
Yeah, so I think they probably were. I think they used to open the rooms earlier, but then because they've just realised that there's no point because no one goes there until
after.
Till everywhere else is finished, and they're like, because Cameo used to close at 3, I think, or close at 4. Now it closes at 3, I think. So then everyone coming from Cameo going to be walking back on the high street, right past Camel, and then
just pop in.
Yeah,
just go
and
down.
the kids always, there's always a queue, and it's always rammed after 3 o'clock as well. So it's like. And they upped the prices as well, because I think probably when you went in, it was pretty free. And then...
I think it was like 5.
Or 5, yeah. Then if you go in later, it's probably like 10 or 15 sort of thing.
Joke team. They're hustling backwards, man. Just open the room from the beginning. Like, because I'd be in there, dancing by myself. Like, I don't know. Just... right in front of the DJ booth as well. Like, just up in his grill. Like, yeah, man, you're killing it. But yeah, that was a good vibe. Obviously, being in Bournemouth. Other than that, pretty much just we went out that night, and then other than that, just like chilling and hanging out and whatnot. And what else have I been doing? Yeah, so I started learning to play the guitar, and my fingers are killing me. My fingers are actually like bruised.
Out here.
Trying to be why not? Try to be extra. Play Glastonbury. Next year, Glastonbury coming. But yeah, like my fingers are actually like bruised from trying to play the guitar. I didn't realize how rough it was on your fingers to play the guitar.
Don't you not use a pick or you?
So you use a pick to strum, you use your finger to like to press down on the strings. So when you're pressing down the strings and you're holding them and then like you're moving and stuff, it like apparently you obviously like anything you're gonna build up calluses or whatever that protects it, but obviously that takes time. Yeah. At the moment, my fingers are all supple and, like a baby's bottom and that soft. So yeah, hopefully if I keep at it, they'll get a bit get used to it.
Rough and tumble.
Yeah, be able to deal with it. But right now they're like screaming at me.
Why you choose to learn the guitar?
As opposed to what?
As opposed to piano?
Because so growing up, I played guitar for a bit and I played piano for a bit. Guitar was probably when I was very young until probably about 11, 12 years old. So I don't remember a damn thing from that. Like, not a thing. Piano, I played from probably about 11, 12 to about 14. Probably not that consistent, if I'm honest. But like through that years, I was playing piano every night. I had a lesson every now and again, practice every now and again, kind of thing. And then from then, I've been producing music and stuff using, piano rolls, and then later using MIDI keyboards and synthesizers and stuff. So my piano skills, I don't know how to play. I know how to play piano to a degree at this point. I can't read sheet music, but I could, like, if you put a piano in front of me and like play something, I can play in key, I can come up with a melody, whatever. If you show me how to play something, I could probably play it back, unless it's like crazy Beethoven or something. I don't know. But yeah, like, so I kind of know my way around the piano, whereas guitar, like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with that thing. So it just felt like more of a challenge to start on guitar. And I felt like if I started trying to learn piano, I'd just be hustling backwards. I'm like, why not just start from the ground and build something new up, kind of thing. Yeah. So that's why. Plus, I've had this guitar for about 6 or 7 months now, and I've just never actually sat down and decided to actually play it. And I was like, enough's enough. Like, let me actually do this now. So yeah, I've been doing that. And then just another thing that I want to mention. I spoke to Bez about it as well. But I'd like the last couple days. Rather than like living life normally as I normally do, I've been like trying to focus on one thing at a time. Yeah. And kind of why I've been saying to you like today, as we've been talking, that you need to do a dopamine detox, because like I was just like, yeah, like a lot is good. Like it was getting to a point where I was like, there's just so much like going whirling through my head, like it's just crazy, and like I just felt like I can't focus on any one thing. Like I'm just too much is happening. So I was like, okay, cool. For a couple of days or however long I can last, let me just try and focus on one thing at a time. So when I say that, I literally mean one thing at a time. So like when I was walking to work or walking to the tube station rather, that's all I'm doing. So I'm not listening to music. My phone is in my pocket. I'm not allowed to take my phone out. I'm just walking to the tube station. Like, that's it. When I'm, or even conversely, if you want to reverse it and talk about like using the phone or stuff, if I'm texting, that's all I'm doing. I'm texting. So like I'm not texting and watching a YouTube video on my tablet, or I'm not texting while I'm watching TV or whatever. I'm just sitting down and I'm responding to my text messages. Like when I'm eating my food, I'm just eating my food. There's no tablet, no nothing. I'm just eating the food and like focusing on that. And I have to say, at first I was like, I don't know if this is going to do anything. I feel like my mind is just like crazy. Not crazy, but like busy. Hanged out the ghost inside. But yeah, I was thinking like, I feel like maybe my mind is just busy and like this ain't really going to do much. But I can't lie, I think I started this on Wednesday and today's Saturday. And my mind is just so much clearer, like so much clearer, so much more just at peace and able to like think about like single things without being distracted by like a million other things going through my head. Like going to bed at night, the first night when I went to bed, I was like, wow. Like my mind was clear. It was like so, like when I go to bed normally, like mine's just restless.
Yeah.
Like, and then obviously because I'm watching stuff as well usually, that's kind of distracting me from I'm using more stimulation to distract me from how stimulated my brain is. Because if I just lie here, I'm not going to fall asleep because my brain's doing a million things. Whereas after that day, Wednesday, when I went to bed, obviously rules, I'm not allowed to watch anything or whatever. I was nervous. I was like, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I fell asleep without anything on. But like I was like, my mind is so clear. I feel like I can actually just slowly drop asleep because I don't have, like my mind is calm, not running at like 35 miles a minute, like chilling, and I just dropped to sleep. And I woke up, mind fresh. Like I woke up and I felt like completely fresh. Like it was like for the first time in a long time, my body was actually shut off, like for a night's sleep. Alarm, like usually I have 3 alarms, like it takes forever. Thursday morning, alarm went off, switched it off, got out of bed. That was like literally, and I can't remember. I had done that since I was like 7 years old or something. Like, literally, alarm went off, I switched it off, and I got up. That was it. I got ready for my day. Like I was like, yo. So it was only meant to be like a couple of days, but now I'm like, let me just see how long I can keep it up. Like obviously I've got stuff to do, and I have things I want to watch and blah blah blah. So I'm probably might slip up here and there or go back into it later. But I'm like, let me just see how long I can keep this up, because I'm loving it.
That's my thing. It's the things I have things I want to watch and things I want to get through. Like if I didn't have like shows that I want to watch, or like just YouTube channels that I like to keep up with, or even Twitch streams that I like to watch, I think I'd be fine. Like I've tried multiple times to just be like, I'm done with Twitch, I'm done with YouTube, let me just stop and only focus on TV shows and try and watch those every now and then, and like focus on other things when I'm not. But I'm like, it's too hard. But you are right. I do need a break because my brain is.
You two give me jokes there as well. I'm bad, but you two are probably worse than me. Like
100%, I'm worse.
You definitely are. Whenever I come round to yours, this guy.
I've got my 2 monitors.
This is what I'm saying. This guy's got the 2 monitors. He's playing a game on the left hand side. He's watching Twitch or something on the right hand side. Then plus he's got a tablet with YouTube on or something. Like as well.
I don't do that.
Sometimes, I've seen it. You say that. I've seen it. So it's not always, but I've seen it. And then obviously Bez, you're more or less the same. You've got, like we were literally talking today about you were watching Dune, innit?
Yeah.
Whilst playing FIFA.
Yeah.
So like it's the same kind of dual screen thing. I will usually like play a game. I'll play a game and watch that one YouTube video, and then once that one YouTube video is done, I'll focus on the game kind of thing. Like it's very rarely that I'm doing both for like considerable amount of time.
I was literally thinking to myself either yesterday or the day before, when I was watching the last episode of Spy Family, that the only reason why I don't watch my anime is because I want to watch it subbed,
But you can't focus on it.
can't focus on it. I want to be doing something else while watching it. Like,
Yeah, like so. Yeah, so I'm like, it's so good, and honestly, like I would definitely recommend it anyway. Like obviously, it doesn't have to be like a permanent thing, but like just a couple of days, it's like boom, I'm only like because you even enjoy what you're doing more. So like at first it's hard because like my thing was always like my phone I'm probably worse on my phone than you two are. I think you two are worse with the double screen kind of thing, but I think I'm worse on my phone. I'm always checking my phone, texting, Twitter, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably worse than you lot in that regard. But like literally just knowing that, okay, I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to watch what I'm watching for an hour. And I'll check after I finish what I'm watching, I'll check my phone, I'll respond to whatever's there. But for this hour, for example, the Boris season finale, I watched that yesterday. And I just because like normally I'd be watching it, I've had my phone on silent this entire time, but normally my phone would be on vibrate or something, or buzz, and I'll just quickly check what it is, whatever, boom, 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 and it just takes me away from what I'm watching.
yeah.
But this time, phone's on silent. I think my phone might have been in my bedroom, and I was in here watching the show, and we're just straight through for an hour, just boom, just paying attention to what I'm seeing in front of me and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like it's good, man.
I did notice that because obviously I have my phone on silent and I've had my phone on silent for years now. But when I first did it, I was like, this just feels so good. I could just put this down and not worry about it missing like a message. I don't care. Like if something comes through, I'll see it when I see it.
Yeah.
I don't care. And yeah. That's the only thing I've ever been able to cut out. Like everything else, I try.
It's tough.
And I instantly, like a few days later, I'm back.
Yeah, phone. I think phone's easy. I can not look at my phone for hours, and it's just the one that gets me is the eating. Not watching anything to eat. I have to find a video to watch while I'm eating. Like I can't just sit there.
Do it.
I can't
do it. Trust me. Do it because like for me, I was definitely the same way. I was like, it just it feels like the weirdest thing, like in 2022, to sit down and eat in silence by yourself as well.
Yeah,
it's just me. But yeah, like the first time I did it, I was a bit like, But then like you start and you're just like, But then you just start thinking. And I was like, it's something that I realized that I don't do like at all normally. Is I was just thinking about my life and things that happened. Like I was thinking about conversations I had with people earlier on in the day. I was thinking about what I plan to do for the rest of my evening. I was just thinking about rather than whatever I'm watching on TV or whatever, getting lost in that.
Yeah.
I'm eating and I'm paying more attention to the food. So I'm kind of like, reflecting on my cooking skills, I guess, and saying, this came out quite well, or this didn't work, or whatever. And like actually focusing on the food. But at the same time, I'm thinking about me and my life and like stuff that's going on in my world. I'm like present in my world rather than being like, I don't know, watching some YouTube video about how Vince McMahon is paying off all the women.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. And while it's interesting and probably, it's interesting to know about Vince McMahon paying off all the women, it's not necessarily all that important at the same time. So like, at first, I ain't gonna lie to you, at first it was definitely like weird, but then when I got into it, I was like, it actually felt, I feel like, I can't remember the last time where I was just sitting down and I was just like reflecting on literally just stuff that happened in my day. Just casually.
Yeah.
Like, can you like, when was the last time that you can think of where like you had a conversation, like a casual conversation? Because I know we all reflect on conversations that were cringy or like conversations that got heated, for example, if you got angry, or like conversations with like wild emotions. We'll always reflect on those because those are like strong. When was the last time you just reflected on like a conversation that was just casually fun? Like
I think I do that in general. Like I just reflect, like when so I would watch stuff to not want to reflect on my day because I'm like, I don't want to. I just want to be able to just zone out and just kind of just not have to have my mind Well, I think that's what TV does for me. It zones me out of my head rather than like when I'm not watching anything, I can zone out. So like, that's when my head's moving.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, because I'm the same. Like when I watch TV, I switch off from thinking. But what I'm saying is, okay. So like before I started this thing, when I switched off from TV, like my brain would be racing because it's not had any calm. So it's just had like a lot of, let's say, stimulation. So now it's thinking about a million things at one time. So it could be a million things to do with my life or things that I've done, but it's all at one time. So it's like, boom, cool, this happened today, and then that happened today, and then that happened today, and it's like all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And then you watch that on like TV show, and that was really fun, wasn't it? But then also you were playing that game, and when you scored that goal was really sick on FIFA, and then like all of this stuff. Like, but then when, like, I guess it's when you have the whole day of where you're not overly exerting your mind unnecessarily. Because obviously I'm still going to work, and work is still work.
Yeah.
And that's still like mentally taxing at times. But when you're not like constantly the entire day pushing your brain by like multitasking on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things, when you have the moment of like downtime where you're eating or where you're walking or whatever, I don't know. I don't know why you're saying you don't want to think about stuff that happened in life. I don't know.
I'm just like,
But for me, my problem was always it was too intense.
Yeah.
But I feel like this has calmed it down to a point where it's enjoyable to reflect on.
Yeah. Cause I'm like, I'm used to my brain doing the million miles like kind of thing. So if I need peace, I will just put something on, zoning into the show, and that's my peace. Then, like, even when going to bed, because I lie in bed, and that's when I'll be reflected about my day, reflected about everything, and that's just. But I'm trying to sleep now. I don't want to reflect about my day. I want to sleep. I'll put something on TV so I can just kind of start zoning out, and then once I'm sleeping off, turn TV off, and I'm asleep in seconds, sort of thing.
But this is what I was saying about sleeping just a minute ago, because I've already done my reflection throughout the day. When I get into bed, my mind is just clear.
I feel like I'll just reflect on even more on it. I was overthinking. That's when you start overthinking things. You thought about it, then you'll be like, wait a minute. That's when your brain is like, wait a minute.
Nah. But this is what I'm saying. It's like, it's the whole process. It's the whole process. Because I would have been right there with you like a week ago. I would have been right there with you. But like, it's only because, what did I see? I saw a YouTuber, well, not necessarily a YouTuber, but I saw a YouTube video. I don't know why it was even in my recommended, but he did a 24-hour, I think he called it a 24-hour dopamine fast or something like that. And I would never do what he did. And it was like he did a water fast, so he wasn't eating anyway. But for 24 hours, he didn't use his phone, he didn't watch TV, he didn't listen to music, he didn't play video games, like, he didn't look at computer. He did like his YouTube video was literally like, this is the morning. Like I've just started my fast. I'm gonna have something to eat. Then I'm gonna meditate. Okay, just finished my meditation. I'm just gonna go for a walk. Okay, I've just come back from my walk. I'm just gonna go for a nap. Okay, I just woke up from my nap. I'm just gonna meditate. And that was literally like the video.
So you didn't like read a book or do a drawing?
No, nothing like that. He was like, I'm not gonna stimulate my brain at all. I'm just gonna sit here. Pretty much, I'm gonna sit here and like I'm gonna
be alive.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
breathe.
I'm gonna breathe and I'm gonna drink water, and that is all I'm doing for 24 hours.
I mean, that's really, really good for you because like that's all like the monks and stuff do.
So his conclusion was he loved it so much. So he was like, don't get me wrong, I got bored. I was like, of course you did. So he was like, don't get me wrong, I was bored for lots of time. But it also helped, he said it also helped him realize that there's nothing wrong with being bored.
Yeah.
So he was like, at first I was bored, I felt restless, I felt like annoyed because I was like, I want to do stuff. But after a while, I became just okay with being bored and realized that it's just natural and normal to be bored. Like people we're built to be bored.
Yeah.
We're meant to be bored at periods of time in our life and in our day. He was like, that's okay. But then also he was just talking about just mental clarity. He's like, my brain just feels so like open and like ready and prepared to tackle things. So he's like, yeah, he was basically saying like, yeah, tomorrow I'm probably gonna like just murder anything you put in front of me. Tomorrow is gonna get murdered because my brain is just ready to go now. Like it's so fresh and open and just like boom. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing that. I was like, absolutely not. But I was like, let me see how it is if I just focus on one thing at a time, stop multitasking. Does that help? And like so far, I would say it helps. And it's in the much of what he was saying, like my brain just feels so much better, so much better.
I don't know, something that like walking with no music on and like just things like that. I was like, I can't do it.
Try it. You'll notice stuff. Like I've done that walk to the tube station. I don't know. We've been here 6 months, maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
I've done that walk to the tube station mad times, and this week I've noticed stuff that I ain't noticed before.
Okay.
Just because I'm like, and all I would normally do is headphones in and listen to music.
Yeah.
But when you're listening to music, you're focusing. You're still like obviously walking and you're looking at where you're going and stuff, but at the same time you're just focusing on what you're listening to. But when you're just walking without listening to anything, you're just focused on the walk and stuff that's happening around you. Like the literally, I went out the door, I turned onto the main road and got to where the church is, right? Mm-hmm. Started hearing flipping like crickets and stuff in the grass.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell did this? I was like, have you always been there? Like, god damn. Like, it was loud as well. I was like, raw. Like, has this been happening every day? And I've just never noticed it because obviously my headphones are in.
Yeah.
Like, and then just other things I started seeing about, like, obviously all our neighbours and stuff. They've all got, like, names for their houses and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I just started paying more attention to that, like, looking at them, and I'd seen, like, different stuff. And I'm just people watching and stuff. You find other things to kind of look at, and it's just but it's less mentally taxing because it's more like present in what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
I think Cam's feeling it.
I need it. Like the last few days, have been rough. Like when I don't have anything to watch, like if there's no stream that I want to watch or there's no YouTube video that I want to watch, and I don't want to watch the show that I'm watching, like I've watched a few episodes and I want to stop. I'm like, I just don't know what to do. I'm sitting there thinking, what should I do? And I'm like, I'll boot up a game, but I'm like, I want to put something on while I'm playing the game, and I'm just like, I'm just there, indecisive, can't figure out what I want to do because there's no YouTube videos I want to watch, there's nothing new yet, and there's no streams I want to watch, and I'm just like, and it's just stressful. It's stressful.
That's what it was for me. It was that feeling of just constantly feeling quite restless for no reason. Like I'm at home, I'm in my house, but I'm restless because there's like a million things that I want to do, and there's a million things I've just been doing. Yeah. So like, and now I just feel just agitated for no reason, for no good reason, and like, this has kind of gotten that feeling away. So I would recommend it. Let me know if you do it, Cam. Let me know how it goes and what you think.
And the waking up thing as well. That sounds great. Every day I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, I feel like crap. I want to go back to sleep. Why am I awake? Why do I have to work?
I can't lie. That was the first time in probably ever. I was like, why do I feel so not tired? Because like you get so used to, everyone's always like, do you know what? Like when you get to be an adult, you're just tired all the time. Whatever. And like, and to be fair, that is me as well. When I wake up, I'm tired. Still tired. Yeah. Like go to work first thing in the morning, I'm tired. Don't talk to me until at least like 12 o'clock because I'm still half asleep, like mentally. Like, but that day, like I don't even need to get, my first alarm is at 7. I don't need to get up at 7, but I just said at 7 because I know it's going to take like 3-4 to get me up. So I think I need to get up about 7:30ish. But yeah, that day, first alarm 7, and I was just like, I'm awake. I'll get up. Like that was it. I'm awake. I will get up. Yeah. Like I could lie here for half an hour longer because I have the time, but I don't really need to. I feel refreshed. I'm awake. Let's just get up and I can just slowly get ready. Let me have breakfast.
That's literally the reason why I'll just go to bed at whatever time, because I'm going to wake up tired anyway. So I might as well just use this night time as much as possible and then just wake up tomorrow and whatever happens. But I do have like some days I'll wake up before my alarm even goes off and I'll feel fine, like refreshed.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what did I do last night to make this happen? Like, what happened? And I'll try and replicate it and then it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I've definitely felt good the last few days, man. So I would, definitely recommend it. You can feed back to us in 2 weeks' time, Cam, if you do it. Let us know how it went. Right then, do you want to get into actual topics, yeah?
Let's do it.
Go on in. Bojo.
Oh yeah, because I did finish saying about my 2 weeks, yeah. I was just trying to remember if I actually finished, but yeah, I did. Cool. Boris Johnson, the big bumblehole, is gone. Oh, he's not gone yet.
He's still there.
He's said he's going.
Taking a step down.
He's announced that he's going to resign. Oh, not that he's going to resign. He has resigned, but he's said
effective from October.
Yeah, effective from October. Yeah, or end of September.
For real?
Yeah.
Did you not hear?
I heard that he would resign. I didn't know when.
Yeah, so
I thought it would be quicker than that.
I'm resigning. When's the next election? Like 2025?
2024.
Yeah, I'm going to step down in 2024.
Because that's 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, because Parliament are about to go in their summer break, and then
Summer
They
break.
get summer break.
Summer break.
they get breaks all the time. All the time.
Summer break for
Lazy.
what?
They always break. They're always breaking.
Lazy.
Like school holidays, just get 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there, 6 weeks for someone.
They get breaks all the time.
I said earlier, these lot shouldn't get paid, man. People who do these jobs need to be volunteering to do these jobs because they need to be done properly.
The problem
if
is
you're getting paid, you're not doing it right.
The problem is with that is that if it was that, it would only be rich people, and that can't run.
Well, I mean, they should get paid, but they shouldn't get paid
It should
much
be a
more
normal
than
salary.
Yeah, they
Much
shouldn't
more than
be.
what?
Like you were saying,
So I was
Boris
saying earlier about how you
150.
get a fee. Boris makes about 150k, but you get a fee for being an MP. You get a salary for being an MP, and then on top of that, you get a salary for being a minister. And depending on how senior a minister you are, the higher that salary will be.
Yeah, that second salary shouldn't be a thing, or it shouldn't be as much as it is. Like 70 on top of the 80, not necessary. I say maybe 10 more, then 20 more, then 30 more. Yeah, that makes sense. But so much, like, because
But Boris was saying it was. I remember.
enough.
He was in the news saying that it wasn't enough. He was saying it was
My
like
kids are
chicken.
starving.
Yeah, saying my kids are starving.
he's not,
because it's chicken
he's not
scratch.
using his money right. Like,
They get like, obviously they have a house to live in and stuff. Like,
They get expenses as
They
well.
get expenses as well. Yeah, quite a lot of the ministers get expenses, and they have like in-house catering and stuff like that, and all that sort of thing as well. So they don't need to buy or make their own lunch. They get expenses for stuff. They have but Boris has a house. The rest don't. But Boris has a house to live in, and
The Chancellor has a house as well.
I
He's
feel
in
like
number 11.
Rishi.
Well, formerly Rishi, yeah. But the PM is number 10 down the street,
And then he's number 11. I didn't
number
know
11
that.
is the Chancellor.
He's a big baller. He's got given a yard as well. Like,
I don't think he lives there, but yeah.
Like-
I wouldn't either because he probably lives in a mansion somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
he's a millionaire.
Yeah, I think the PM usually lives there, regardless of how rich or whatever. I think just because
He
he's prime
has to,
minister,
yeah.
he just lives there. But I think Rishi probably didn't live there. I think he probably just go there every day and just like, because the way it is there's like living space, I think upstairs, and then downstairs is like
Party area.
offices. Man, more real, bro. Downstairs got the disco ball. But yeah, now downstairs is like the offices and stuff where all that the staff members like come and whatever.
Yeah.
and I feel like, I mean, the monetary increase is also a thing where it's like, are they trying to be prime minister for the money, or are they trying to be prime minister because they actually want to do something for the country?
Boris said the money isn't enough, so I assume I have to assume he's doing it for the country. That's the kind of EU saying
So he's not getting paid enough.
he's like, how can I live on 150k?
Didn't they all get like an increase as well the other day? Like,
Yeah. They gave himself a pay rise.
Yeah.
That's one
They
thing.
get
I'm
breaks
like,
as well. That's crazy.
I'm like, how can you guys be in charge of your own pay rises? That is a hustle. That is I feel like we don't have enough referendums in the UK. Just in general. I think the only one in our lifetime was the Brexit. Actually, no, the Scottish vote as well. Actually, no, I'm lying. There was 3. So as I can remember, there's been 3 referendums in our lifetime. The Scottish one that we weren't even allowed to vote in.
Wasn't there 2 Scottish ones?
I think the first one might have been just before we were born.
Okay.
Like early 90s, I think. I could be mistaken though. But yeah, there was definitely at least one Scottish
I remember the
referendum.
one, yeah.
At least one. There was the one about whether we keep our current first past the post versus proportional representation, our current election. What is words? What is English? Our current how to win an election in the UK currently is the first past the post system, and I think it was in like 2012 or 13ish. We had a vote on whether we changed to proportional representation.
What's proportional representation?
So proportional representation is basically, let's say Liberal Democrats get 15% of the vote across the country. They get 50% of the seats in the House of Parliament.
Yeah.
Versus what we have right now, which is you just vote for
one place and they take over.
Yeah, you vote for your MP in your local area, and then whoever gets the most amount of MPs.
Yeah.
That forms the government, blah, blah, blah. Whereas proportional representation is just more like, 50% of the vote, 50% of MPs.
Okay.
25% of the vote, 25% of MPs. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like that. I personally think that's a lot fairer, but hey ho. That lost because Conservatives and Labour were like, absolutely not.
But you want us to lose our seats to these?
Yeah, because they were like, because literally that would boot that type of system boosts up lower parties.
Yeah.
Because like parties like Liberal Democrats, parties like Green parties or whatever, people vote for them in places where, like, it's like, for example, where we grew up, there will never be anyone other than a Labour candidate.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop people from voting Liberal Democrat and Green Party and all these other things there. So like, yeah. In proportional representation, their votes would matter. But in this system, their votes don't even... They're basically throwing away their vote because the Labour guy's going to win. It doesn't matter what you vote. So there was that referendum and then obviously the Brexit referendum. But I'm like, no, what we should be voting on is whether MPs get a pay rise. Let us decide it. If you're doing a good enough job, we'll be like, okay, go on then. You know what?
You've had a hard year. You've done well with us.
Yeah, you've done right
by us.
Give yourself
a 10% increase.
Go for it. Yeah, do it. But if you're like dicking us about, then no, absolutely not.
And it's our money that's be giving them the pay rise as well. So,
so yeah,
they're our employees.
But
literally,
no, they're voting for themselves. So,
so guys, pay rise this year. We doing it? Yes or no?
Yay! It's funny though, because you would say people do refuse the pay rise though, off principle. Like, so I know there's a good portion of Labour MPs that are donating. Whatever the pay rise was, I can't remember, but they're donating that portion of their monthly salary just goes straight to charity.
It was like $2,000, I think.
Yeah, I think they're just like, all right, we don't accept this, let's go straight to charity.
Yeah.
But they're doing that for political reasons. So.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I was like, I don't trust it. Like, I was doing it out of the goodness of your heart.
I would definitely say that they're doing that off the strength of political reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cam, I'm assuming you don't know what happened as to how we got here and Boris is resigning.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And what about you, Bez? Yeah,
kind of seen bits and bobs, but I can't say I already know the full story.
Okay, so the full story. So obviously, the full story is all of these scandals that have been happening.
Yeah.
So the partying, more partying. What? Beer, more beer. But yeah, all of that, all of those kind of, all the scandals that have been surrounding Boris, where he's just like, where he's coming out and he's saying, I'm sorry, we will do better, like all of this stuff. Like, it's all just building up. And now, obviously, he had the vote of no confidence, which he won barely. And then after that, there is this Chris Pincher scandal. Did you hear about that, Bez? The Chris Pincher scandal?
No, I don't even know who that is.
So, what's in? Chris
Pincher.
Oh, okay.
So, Chris Pincher was a deputy chief whip basically the whips in the party are kind of like, they're kind of the people who kind of make sure that all the lower down MPs follow the party line.
Yeah.
So like if Boris wants people to vote no for this upcoming vote, the whips are the ones that go speak to all the MPs and make sure that they know we're voting no. And if you do not vote no, this is what's going to happen to you, kind of thing. So he got made deputy chief whip in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Yeah.
However, turns out he had allegations of sexual misconduct from like 2015.
Of course.
Because just a nasty, nasty motherfucker. But so that's important to know. Let's put down the back burner for now. But he had allegations of sexual misconduct in like back in the day, 2015 or whatever. When he was also deputy chief whip and had to resign because of the allegations and stuff.
Wasn't the guy who was watching porn in the thing? Was he a whip as well?
I don't think he was a whip.
As well. So the term rings a bell, like whip. I'm sure it's something we've spoken about before.
Yeah, probably have actually. I think in that. There was something to do with whips in that case, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, yes, it was the other form of the whip. It was, so having the conservative whip means that you're basically a conservative MP and you can have the whip removed from you by the leadership.
Okay.
In that case, they weren't going to remove the whip from him. So they weren't going to kick him out of the party, essentially.
Yeah.
So they're like, they were going to discipline him and they were going to allow him to stay in the party.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, excuse me, are you insane? And then eventually, this was one of the scandals as well. The fact that they didn't instantly say we're kicking him out of the party. The fact that they were like, no, we'll just punish him. Like, it was like, are you insane? No, he has to go. And then they eventually removed the whip from him, which was essentially kicking him out of the party.
Okay.
But yeah, so he had the scandal in 2015. Now, he's now had a situation where he's apparently drunken way too much alcohol, but in his words, and he's groped up 2 men. More sexual misconduct. This happened, let's just say the present day. I can't remember when they said it happened, but it happened since he's been chief whip again. So that's become news. And then essentially the timeline is Chris Pincher's resigning as deputy chief whip because of sexual misconduct allegations. Then Chris Pincher previously had sexual misconduct allegations in 2015. Why was he deputy chief whip in the first place? So then the official number 10 line was Boris Johnson was not aware of these allegations, which is why he was thing.
Boris don't know much, does he?
This is what he wants people to believe anyway. So then it comes out, how could Boris not know? This was headline news. So then like people start coming out of retirement and shit to go this former like civil servant like went on LBC or one of the radio stations, maybe Radio 5 or something, and he said he was like, retired civil servants normally don't do this. Once you retire, we normally just stay retired and stay out of politics. But I just cannot stand by while this happens. And he went on the radio and he basically said Boris Johnson was informed that this Chris Pincher did, because what happened was the allegations were upheld.
Yeah.
So, which means he was found guilty, essentially.
Yeah.
The allegations were upheld. He was found guilty. And Boris Johnson was made aware of that that result at the time. So that guy has come out of the woodwork to say that. Then it was like, oh, Boris didn't initially recall that this had happened, was then the next line. And then it just basically became like, this is just, you're lying to us again. You're lying to us. You got caught and now you're saying, oh, sorry, I didn't remember.
But these are things you check before, when you're hiring someone to do something. Like,
You're supposed to see
Of course you do. But because it's an old gentleman's club or whatever, like it's your mates or whatever, you just try and sweep things under the rug and kind of, so.
No, I got you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, just the way it is, and then obviously the way government works is that if you're a government minister, you're essentially meant to just defend the prime minister at all times, and each other, to be fair. You're meant to just defend each other. Even if you disagree privately, when you go to do interviews with the BBC and ITV, whatever, you're just meant to like defend the line.
Yeah.
And this is why Sajid Javid and Rishi Sunak, I think Sajid Javid especially in his resignation letter, he said, you can't be sending us as ministers out here to defend. Basically, you can't be sending us out here to defend your bollocks because this is absolutely bollocks. No one believes this. You just have us out here looking like idiots because we have as ministers. It is our duty to defend what you're saying.
Yeah.
But what you're saying there's no. I can't sell this convincingly because it's absolute nonsense. Mm-hmm. The person interviewing me knows it's nonsense. The entire country knows it's nonsense. I know it's nonsense, but I have to sit here and say it because this is just the rules of how this works.
So he has to just lie and just make up a whole little waffle to try and defend it.
Yes. So in his integrity, and I'm using air quotes here because I don't believe any of these men have any integrity whatsoever. But in his integrity, Sajid Javid, Rishi Sunak, they resigned because of this scandal.
Yeah.
Because
is that what they said? I didn't read their post on Twitter.
Basically, that's what they said. Sajid Javid basically said, it was to do with some of the other scandals. Sajid Javid in his letter says, I was promised that there were no parties. Obviously, that turned out to not be true. And then with this Chris Pincher thing, I thought after the vote of no confidence that we would be... we'd be moving forward as a more honest and integrity-based party, blah, 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 blah. And after this whole saga of you saying you didn't know and now you do know and blah, 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 didn't recall, don't remember, all of this, clearly that's not the case. So that's why he resigned. Rishi Sunak said, we've had our differences in the past, but we've always kept it quiet and we've always tried to work. Like, Rishi Sunak tried to act like, it was like, I have never fucked with you, motherfucker. That's what his letter was basically saying. It was like, we've disagreed on many things, but we've always kept it professional in public, blah, 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 but I can't deal with this no more.
Yeah.
Like, basically, that's what he basically was saying. Then after them two, it was just like boom, 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 boom. It was like 60 people within 24 hours resigned. And that was it. Curtains. Like after that, it was
Boris and 3 other people or something, wasn't it?
Sorry?
It was like Boris and just 3 other people left.
Yeah, and then Michael Gove, his boy, who is not his boy, who's like I'm trying to think of like a frenemy character.
Like Goku Vegeta.
It's not even that because like Goku and Vegeta are like closer friends than these men are. So 2016 after the Brexit vote, right? Boris. The whole Brexit campaign, Boris was the guy. Remember? I don't know if you don't remember, but the whole Brexit campaign, Boris was that guy. And the campaign was basically saying that, like, if Brexit goes through, if people vote for Brexit, David Cameron is going to have to step down because he was very much Remain. Mm-hmm. And he was basically saying, if it goes to Brexit, he was going to leave.
Yeah.
Boris was the Brexit guy that entire time. It was him, and behind him, beside him, was Michael Gove. The entire time, it was Boris and Gove. Or Johnson and Gove, I should say. Johnson and Gove. Brexit goes through, David Cameron resigns, Boris Johnson's running for leader to become Prime Minister.
Yeah.
The very next day, Michael Gove says, I cannot support Boris Johnson for Prime Minister. I think supporting Boris Johnson as Prime Minister would be treason. I do not think Boris Johnson is fit for Prime Minister. This is like the guy that's been beside him this entire time. Judas, big Caesar, like Brutus stabbed in the back. I remember this day so vividly. I was cracking up. It was hilarious to me. I was like, this is wild. I was like, that's your boy.
Yeah.
Like, it literally, like, Bez, it would literally be like if me and you were doing something, like, and then at the conclusion of it, you just went and started blasting me and saying, Yells is a waste, man. Yells is this, that, the other thing. Like,
it makes sense.
Like, no. Like, you felt this way the whole time?
Couldn't say this when we started running for next.
Yeah, like I was saying, like, damn, I thought we were friends. So that happened. So Boris Johnson, literally, like a few days later, he withdraws his leadership campaign because he's like, he's got no leg to stand on.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to support him after that. Then Theresa May wins. Boom, 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 boom. She goes down. Boris, people forget about the whole Gove thing. Boris manages to become Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Later, him and Michael Gove patch things up because they're still boys, apparently. They patch things up. Gove works in Boris's government. The other day, I think it was just after Rishi Sunak and Sajid Javid resigned, Michael Gove and Boris Johnson have a meeting. Michael Gove tells Boris, time's up, sunshine. I think you got to resign. Boris Johnson sacks him.
I say he sacked him, didn't he? Yeah. That's what I
Oh
saw.
my god.
Boris was fighting. I ain't gonna lie to you. Boris was fighting hard. He was like,
He wasn't going. He wasn't like. It took him a few days before he did the announcement.
Yeah. So Boris sacked him. I was like, this is your revenge. I was like,
Yeah.
you were waiting a long time. You were waiting for this moment. I'm sure he was like, Michael, I've waited a long time for this. I've waited a long time.
Fired.
Yeah, exactly. You are fired. So he sacks him. Then, basically, it was just a madness. So, Nadim Zahawi, I think I'm butchering his name, he becomes Chancellor of the Exchequer after Rishi Sunak has resigned. 24 hours later, he says, Boris Johnson, you should resign. Nadim Zahawi was formerly the health minister or something like that. The person who replaces him as health minister,
Yeah.
she lasts about 12 hours in the job before she resigns.
Oh my god.
Things are just crumbling around Boris. Crumbling. Cam, this was so entertaining to watch. It was bringing me so much joy. Not that I like any of these people who are resigning, and not that I think they have any integrity or that they're good people now that they've suddenly woken up and realized that Boris is not fit to be prime minister or whatever. Like, you should have known this years ago, decades ago.
Before he was bloody in the secret, was it Secretary of
Secretary
Defense?
of Defense. He was Secretary of State for a while.
Yeah, before he was even
all of
that.
Yeah, should have known. But anyway, like, it was just entertaining because it was good to see Boris coming down. So eventually, yes, he makes a speech. It says, I'm going to resign, but I'm going to stay as PM until a new leader is elected in about September.
Them's the breaks.
Them's the breaks, is what he said.
That's what he said at the end of his thing. Them's the breaks.
So yeah, that's basically the events of what happened to bring Boris down. All of the nonsense that happened beforehand. Then it was the Chris Pincher scandal, which was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. Bare people resigned, including people who were only just given the job resigned. His boys telling him to resign, he fires him. Then people he just gave jobs to, they're telling him to resign. He can't just fire them because he just gave them the job. So now it's peak. So he eventually ends up saying, you know what? Y'all won. Y'all won.
What was the Offset? Wasn't it?
Offset, yeah. When Cardi broke out with him.
Yeah.
Y'all won. So basically now we have people throwing their hat into the ring to become leader.
Hey, put me in. Tag me in, Boris. I'll do it.
Yeah, give it Bezzy.
To the end of the season. So who's the government now then? Obviously you got...
So the government, it's still Boris, it's still Nadim Zahawi, it's still...
But like, if like 60 people resigned...
So he's got to fill those spaces.
So 60 people have filled them, or do they like...
Nah, it's empty.
They have
They're
like...
empty.
They're empty, okay.
So he's got to... So over the next few days, you're going to be hearing like...
This person appointed.
Random person you've never heard of. Filling this because it's going to be just random people now.
Yeah.
Because it's going to... Especially because no one wants those jobs. Why would you want that job? Like, because it's essentially...
It's tarnished now under Boris, isn't it?
And whoever becomes prime minister is almost certainly going to put new people in. They're going to form their own government. It's going to be... So you're going to do this for 2 months, 3 months at most. And that will be that. And then probably because you cozied up to Boris now, let's say, that new person is not going to... Like, if you just stay out of it, you might have a chance of getting a role in the new person's government. So, but yeah, he's got to fill the government, or he could just start cutting roles and just be like, we don't need this role anymore. We don't need this.
That's what you should do. Just like, every role gone. Just prime minister. I'm the only one now.
Oh my god.
I'm the captain now.
Oh my, could you imagine?
And he's not leaving anymore.
I'm not leaving.
I said I'd rate Boris so highly if he did that. Like on September 30th comes out, he just does an announcement.
That's what his speech should have been the other day.
Yeah.
It should have come out and it literally should have been round of applause. It should have been like, so with a heavy heart, I've come here today. Look around. You know what? I'm not leaving.
What?
What? I said I'm not fucking leaving.
I don't know.
That would
This
have
is-
been
I don't know
wild.
what
Wall
it is.
Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. You
I
not
haven't
seen
seen
that?
it.
Oh,
That scene was funny.
It's so funny.
So just quick overview for other people who may not have seen it. This guy, he's the like CEO of this company. You don't care, but you need to know.
No, the opposite.
Well, you want to watch it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, never mind. It's a great scene.
It's a great scene.
Great scene. Yeah. So he's got a triumphal government, whilst also conservative people, they want him gone. They want him gone. They're like, the longer you're in, the more damage you're doing to our party. Because right now, Labour are up in the polls. So like, if there was an election tomorrow, everyone assumes that Labour would win. So they're like, so Conservative MPs are still going to be trying to get him out. They want him to go. They want to just put in a caretaker, someone else as a caretaker prime minister for 2 months until the next leader is elected.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of Conservative people want, or Conservative MPs want. So he might not even get his way. They might get rid of him next week.
So can they do that? Is it like, how does it work then? Because obviously he said now he's staying to October. Would they like be able to? Would it be a vote or something? They could just be like, because obviously the vote of no confidence, which he won. They can't. I'm sure they can't do another one already, can they? There's some sort of.
So the rules are 12 months.
12 months. Oh, yeah.
But they can change the rules at any time. So the 1922 Committee of Conservative Backbenchers is the basically governing body that deals with those kind of rules. And as luck would have it, they're literally forming a new committee at the moment. I think Monday the new committee is on the job.
Yeah.
And just through the formation of that new committee is just going to be very anti-Boris. And they can literally, Monday morning, they can be like, first order of business, we're changing these rules, we're doing a vote of no confidence, another vote of no confidence.
Yeah.
Like what a lot of people are speculating they might do, if they do that, they might do, so instead of having, the current thing is, if you win 12 months, what they might do is, if you win, the criteria to trigger a vote of no confidence is higher, or the threshold. So at the moment, it was something like, I can't remember what the threshold was, but it was X amount of MPs, X amount of percentage of MPs needed to vote. And they might just say, okay, for the second time around, it needs to be a Y amount, which is bigger than X.
Yeah.
So they might do it, and they could literally do that Monday morning. Like, as soon as this podcast drops, 12 hours later, like, boom, they might trigger it. And then they could literally do the vote Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Boris can be done by Friday. Gone. That's one route. It could happen, it might not. That's one route. They could do a vote of no confidence in Parliament itself. Less likely to be successful because the Conservatives wouldn't want to take that L just as a party.
Yeah.
So like if it's in Parliament, then like that would be a big Labour victory.
Right.
Because Labour, like that 1922 committee would just be Conservatives. It would be like internal Conservative affair. The Parliament one would be all the Labour MPs could vote, Scottish National Party MPs can vote, Liberal Democrat MPs can vote, Green MPs, every MP basically can vote on it.
Yeah.
Because Conservatives, just as a sign of a show of strength as a party, they would probably back Boris just for that. That would probably be the one situation where they're like, we hate you, but we're not going to let these lot. We're not going to we'll kick you out, but these lot, he's our, them ones where like I can call my friend this, that, the other thing. You can't call my friend this, that. It's going to be like that kind of vibe. And I think there's a few other avenues to get rid of him. But yeah, I don't necessarily see him lasting that long because he literally cannot do anything. He has no power. Right now, he has no power. He's prime minister in name. Like, he has no power to do anything.
Okay. And there's no government, really. Everyone's left.
All they're doing, like, he even said it in his speech, but essentially all they're going to do for the next 2 months is continue with the status quo. They're basically not, there's going to be no new laws, no new anything. Like how you're hearing all these things about Rwanda, new Rwanda policy, sending refugees to Rwanda, all of this. Like there'll be nothing like that for 2 months.
I mean, now he's got 2 months of no lockdowns at least.
Couldn't do that either. But the problem is, stuff could happen in 2 months. We might need someone to be able to do something. Like
of course.
He physically, no matter what, we could get. No, it's not allowed to. It's just no one would let him.
Right.
Like in order to pass things through Parliament,
you gotta get the votes.
Or even like. even if you do like something that's like executive. So like in order to pass the law, it has to get the votes in Parliament.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that. In order to like change something of how the UK is working at the moment, like I don't know, even if he wanted to like give teachers a pay rise, for example, he would need his cabinet to back him for that. And his cabinet are not going to back him for that because they're like, you were just here to sit here and eat your food, man.
Yeah.
Just sit here and eat your food. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, because they want the next prime minister, the new prime minister, to be able to come in and just take their agenda forward without having been their hands tied by whatever Boris is doing for the next 2 months. So yeah, he's basically just gonna sit around for 2 months.
To get paid.
He just wants this Checkers wedding. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the only, because I'm like, why not resign? There's no reason to continue on.
Yeah.
Like, you're done.
Is this something that was pre-planned, the Checkers wedding, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it was pre-planned for July, but actually no, sorry. I think I read that they're not gonna do it there anyway.
They're not.
No,
because of the backlash they're getting. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's what he was holding on for. But yeah, come on,
You should just do it, man.
Just like double middle finger to everyone.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Nothing. He's done out already. Like, he might as well just.
I don't think he wants his political career to be over though. I'm not entirely sure that he wants. Like Theresa May, since not being prime minister, has gone on her rebrand. This woman rebranded. Like, she's just out here making all kinds of sense all of a sudden. Like,
I haven't heard her in a long time.
So I think I said on this podcast, when it was at the party stuff, she made a little speech where she was like, basically at Boris's neck, she said, the way I see these things, the way I see it, there's 3 scenarios here. The prime minister either didn't know the rules, didn't understand the rules, or thought they didn't apply to him.
Yeah.
And all 3 of these possibilities is not what you want of your prime minister.
No.
How can you not know the rules? You set them. How do you not understand the rules? You set them. And why would you think they don't apply to you? That's not what you want in a prime minister, basically. Yeah. And like she's like just various other things. Like I think even the Rwanda thing, she was like not on it, which is surprising for her because she is cruel.
Yeah.
She was Priti Patel before Priti Patel.
What is she now then?
She's just an MP. Just a bog standard MP.
Okay.
But this is what Boris could go back to being. And he could just be, whoever's next, he could just be on their neck. Because she's just a basic MP, but she's a high profile MP because she's former prime minister. So like, whenever she says something, people listen.
Yeah.
She's Theresa May, former prime minister. And it's good. And Boris could be that. He could retire. Or he could do that.
I feel like he has to retire though.
I'd retire.
Because the way he's going out, he has to. I feel like he's going to lose all sort of anyone going to look at him with any sort of like.
People like him still, man. People
do like him, but I feel like I think people like him and people don't like him. And I think what he's doing now, he's just losing a lot of confidence in him. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if he's going to be MP and he's going to talk, everyone's going to just be like, you can't say you was doing this like two months ago, sort of thing. And it's like, it's just going to, Theresa May.
She didn't do anything crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she weren't fighting when people were dying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then telling people that they should stay at home. And then
to be honest, her only thing was she could not, for the life of her, get people to agree to her Brexit deal.
Yeah.
And that's just politics. That's literally just politics. So I get it. Like she's gonna pay people to agree to her Brexit deal. It was peak. It was absolutely peak. Like at the time, like because I'm someone that kind of follows politics quite closely, not that seriously, but quite closely. At the time, I was like, yo, this is so embarrassing. Like She's like fighting for her life to get me. Like, just agree to the deal, please. And they're like, no, sorry. And at the time, I thought that's the most embarrassing thing. And now Boris is just here, like partying, skanking out, lying. Dude, I'm like, wow, this is wild. Like Theresa May was actually like just embarrassing in a political sense. Boris is just embarrassing
as a person,
just like on a wide scale. Yeah. So I get it. It is different.
Yeah. So I feel like if he's gonna still be there and trying to like, because like he can't say what Theresa May said because he's done he's done so wrong already. It's like if the next person does something wrong, you're gonna look so dodgy to just be saying like, oh, you did this, you did that, but then they're like, you was partying when people died for the other week. So it's like,
it's like, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
With the right honourable gentleman, kindly shut his pie hole.
Literally, I'm like, he's just gonna have no status at all. So he might as well retire, go out with a bang, have his last party in Checkers. go out with a bang and just, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, So, stab in the dark then, lads. Who's going to be the next Prime Minister? Not including, like, whoever's caretaker, we're not counting that. So if Boris is caretaker, that's fine. If he gets kicked out and someone else becomes caretaker, that's also fine. That doesn't matter. Who's going to be the next actual Prime Minister in, like, October? Stab in the dark, because I'm sure you
don't know politics enough. I was saying Preeti, but I hope it's not her. I don't know politics well enough that to know if she's even possibly to be Prime Minister next. So I feel like
it's not possible. Well, it's possible, but it's
very, very, very unlikely.
Everyone's always saying, as long as, like, everyone's always shook, like, everyone's been shook, like, can't be free for tell. I'm like, it won't be her. It just won't. Like, I don't think she'll run. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So
have we had a non-white Prime Minister?
No.
Okay.
We've had 2 women, and
the rest they're all white
men.
And she was a white woman as well.
Margaret Thatcher, Theresa May, and then everyone else has been white men. So what are you trying to say?
Oh no, nothing.
And that's also another reason why I would never be Priti Patel as well.
She's an Asian woman.
Racism. They would never have it. No, they're like a woman, sure. Maybe a coloured person, maybe both at the same time. I don't know.
We're not that woke yet.
So yeah, she's. I don't know about her, but yeah.
I don't know names, so I'm gonna go ahead and not say anything because I just don't know anything about any of these Donnies.
You're not gonna say anyone?
No.
Damn. All right, so.
Is there like have you got like a list?
That's what I was about to say. All right, so. According to The Guardian...
Do you think they have, like, Paddy Power taking bets on
They do. I was going to go to... That was my next... I just Googled it, and then, like, a couple of links came out. The Guardian was the first one, and the ones below were all betting.
Okay.
And we'll look at that in a second and see what the odds are, I was saying. But yeah, so... The Guardian is saying... here's a rundown of the runners and riders and what we know of their political and social stances. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Tom Tugendhat... I don't think either of you would have heard of him. Nope. Jeremy Hunt.
Yeah, I've heard his name.
Yeah, he's boring.
Jeremy Kent.
Damn. But yeah, he's just dry as anything. Like if he'd be such a change from Boris because he's just dry.
Back to like Tony Blair days.
Tony Blair had way more... Everyone else, like Tony Blair, he's probably like... I don't know if you remember Gordon Brown.
Yeah.
Gordon Brown was a bit dry, but I think he's probably drier than Gordon Brown. He's just very dry. Like, he just seems like the guy that's just going to be like... Just listing off mad numbers to you. Like, yeah, so 2 times 10 is this and that. Like, but not in like an interesting way. 2 times 10 is 20. And that is why we're going to put £20 million into my pocket because I deserve it. Because he's still conservative. He's still going to be a scumbag.
Yeah.
But he's going to be a boring scumbag.
So Keir Starmer, he's Labour?
Yes.
Okay, so
he's also dry. But I think Jeremy Hunt's probably drier.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay.
When was Gordon Brown Prime Minister?
That was like 2008 sort of time, yeah.
I didn't know there was another person between
Blair and
Tony
Cameron.
Blair and
David Cameron.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you said the name and I remember the name, but when I think about it, I just think Tony Blair, David Cameron. I don't think
Gordon Brown was only in for a hot second. That's it. It was like a year and a bit.
Jeez, okay.
Because Tony Blair was in for ages, David Cameron was in for ages. Gordon Brown
I guess that's something as a young lad. Them times that's something I easily miss because I was like 10, 11.
Yeah, that makes sense. Penny Mordaunt. So I'm thinking it's going to be her just because she's low key. I never heard of it. Exactly, low key. So I think it's going to be her just because she's low key and she, from what I know of her, she's quite different from Boris. And I think they're going to want to go for someone who's quite different from Boris.
Yeah.
I think the youngest person wins.
That'd be interesting. I don't know who that is.
And how old do you think the youngest person will be? Probably like
30 something, probably.
Do you think that young?
Probably like 37, 8.
That's 9. Still
That's really
in my head. I was thinking like the youngest person will be like 50.
50, yeah.
No. Like Rishi's not even 50.
He's like 49.
He's probably like 43.
Okay.
Like Sajid Javid is probably like 45. Maybe.
Yeah, in my head, they're all like 50.
But yeah, so Penny Mordaunt, Sajid Javid, there he is. Nadeem Zawari, the guy that got the job, then told Boris to resign. Rishi Sunak is there. Liz Truss, Yeah.
I've heard of her name before.
I trust Liz Truss to win it and do good by us.
She's been trying to be PM for a minute. She set up a website like a year ago that was called In Trust We Trust. In anticipation of when Boris gets kicked out.
Hey, she's ahead of the game. She might be the one, you know.
I think she might be it. We have to trust Truss, man.
I think
Come
she's
on.
probably going to have good odds. We'll look at the betting odds in a minute, but I'm pretty she's probably got good odds. Suella Braverman and then Cammy Badenoch, who's the black candidate.
Give it to him.
What's his surname? What's her
Cammy.
surname?
Cammy.
Oh, Cammy. Yeah.
Oh, Cammy.
Is that Nigerian?
And then Badenoch.
Okay.
The surname doesn't sound Nigerian, but the first name sounds kind of Nigerian.
So, this is her bio here. The former Equalities Minister, who is known for her willingness to embrace controversy over cultural war issues, says she was putting herself forward because she wants to tell the truth. Writing in the Times, the MP for Saffron Walden hit out at identity politics and said Johnson was a symptom of the problems we face, not the cause of them. She added she supports lower taxes to boost growth and productivity, and accompanied by a tight spending discipline. So basically, just an overview of her. She was one of the people who was basically saying that we need to talk about the positive aspects of slavery and colonialism. And she's a black woman.
I was gonna say like the her taking controversies over the culture. I was like, that sounds a bit dodgy there. But that's what it was. Then.
I seriously hate black conservatives because it's cool because they make the whole thing the fact that they're black people who don't agree with other black people.
Yeah.
So like they always like the fact that her bio is she takes the opposite road against identity politics.
Yeah.
Like that's her basically saying, yeah, I'm a black girl, but I'm different. Like I'm like, how is that your like? There's no white person's gonna have that.
No way.
Part of their whole thing. Like her whole thing is she's the black woman who thinks no, but we could teach slavery, but let's like tell people about how wonderful it is that people were
We gave
taking
them jobs.
Yeah, we gave them something. We taught them skills. They were taught skills on how to farm. All right, like how can anyway? Moving on.
Don't give it to her. Don't give it to Cammy.
Yeah, definitely not.
Absolutely not. That would no. Grant Shapps, and that's it.
I've heard of Grant Shapps before as well.
Yeah, because he was in the cabinet with Boris. I think he's the one that would be most like a continuation.
Okay.
So he's not Boris-like, but I think policy-wise and stuff, he's
just
just
carry
could
on.
be like the same kind of stuff.
Of those names, I'd say probably Rishi or Snaps. What was his name? George Snaps?
Snaps.
Schnaps? Was it Shaps? The last guy.
Oh, Grant Shapps.
Grant Shapps. That's it.
See. Of these, I'm thinking Penny because she's low key. Penny Mordaunt. She's just my low key dark horse kind of pick. And I think yeah, probably like Rishi or Liz.
Can't be sticking with Blizz.
Yeah, Truss.
Trust and trust.
Trust.
Let's look at these betting odds then. And let's see what Labyrinth thinks.
You see, you were saying about Theresa couldn't get anyone to agree on her thing. Do you think if she was male, people would have been behind her? Or do you think what she was just posing was just bad?
I don't think what she was posing was. I think she tried to go middle of the way when no one wanted middle of the way.
Okay.
So like Labour wanted a certain type of Brexit deal. And this was when Jeremy Corbyn. This was when Jeremy Corbyn was about. So he wanted a certain type of Brexit deal, or he was saying that he would get a certain type of Brexit deal if he was Prime Minister. And then all the Brexit lot, Boris being king of them, wanted just hard Brexit. He was like, no, we want nothing to do with the EU. Like, we want to make no concessions, no negotiation, no nothing. We just want to leave, and that's it. And she was kind of like, well, let's leave, but let's keep some things. And like Jeremy Corbyn was like, let's leave, but also let's not. Like, let's leave, but let's try and hang on to like almost everything. And like Boris was like, we don't want nothing. And she was kind of like in the middle of that.
Yeah.
So then everyone was like, well, no. And I think that was her problem. Like,
I
she was
see.
too...
In the middle.
So like Boris was like, you're just getting like... Boris's gang was like, you're just getting dicked over by the EU. You're giving them too many concessions. Blah, blah, blah. And Jeremy Corbyn was like, you're getting rid of like all the best bits and keeping all the only the rubbish bits, like that kind of stuff. And so yeah, no one was for it. So I don't know. Maybe if she was a man, she might have been able to strong arm some people into it. I don't know, but I just think it just wasn't what anyone wanted.
Cool.
Unfortunately for her. What was I looking at?
Odds.
Oh yeah, odds.
Odds.
Okay, right. Oh, why I hate these. Why do people do these stupid odds? Rishi Sunak is 32 to 19. I'm like, why would you do
what does
that?
that even mean?
Why would you do that? Okay, let me switch. Let's go.
So I always forget. So you bet £19, you get 32 back. Yeah.
Which is good. It's very good. It's very like it's saying that he's likely to win because that's not great odds. So I think it works out ish about 6 to 4 ish ballpark. That's Rishi Sunak. Penny Mordaunt, my guess, she's about 5 to 1.
Okay.
Not bad. Liz Truss 6 to 1. So Penny, my low key is more likely than Liz according to the bookies.
Rishi's odds on favourite then.
Rishi's odds on favourite, definitely. Tom Tugendhat is 12 to 1. Jeremy Hunt 33 to 2, which is just over. What's half of 32?
16 to
16,
1.
yeah, just over 16 to 1. Nadeem Zawari 17 to 1. Kemi Badenoch 20 to 1. Suella Braverman 20 to 1. Sajid Javid 20 to 1. Grant Shapps, your boy,
They do not
80
like him.
to 1.
80?
80 to 1.
Jesus.
Gee, no
That's
chance.
no chance. He's out here. Pretty Patel 100 to 1 because people take just bets on everything.
Hey, Leicester won the league
Theresa
at 5,000
May
to 1.
200 to 1. She's not gonna run, but still she's there.
You never know.
Yeah,
She might be like, it's my time.
The Brexit's done now. Let me come back and take over what I left off.
Michael Gove 300 to 1.
What about Boris to stay? Is that
I don't think that's it. David Cameron 500 to 1.
when he said the person taking over is Joris Bonson?
Nigel Farage is 500 to 1 as well.
Is he conservative?
No, so that's why he's so outside. But people are gonna bet.
Is that allowed? Like,
he could join tomorrow if he wanted to.
so could like Jeremy Corbyn join conservative?
I mean, they wouldn't
They would
let him.
let him, but like if he could he try it?
If he was a random bloke off the street, then yeah, I
Okay.
could join the Conservative Party if I wanted to.
Yeah.
They would just very quickly find out that I don't believe anything they believe.
Okay.
I would just be a member that just disagrees with them. Be like, yeah, let's be the Conservative Party, but let's be just more left wing. Is that right?
Yeah, you join, and then once you're in power, then you just be like switch up. Because what they do anyway, they'll tell us all this stuff to get them in power. Like, and then once they're in power, they just change up completely what they're planning to do.
I think that's happened before, like way in the past, where like
that's literally when we had the hung parliament. Lib Dems took over because they were saying that they're going to abolish uni fees, all that sort of stuff. Got in, tripled them, and it's like.
I mean, yeah, but I think more so than
the
that.
other way,
Though,
like
no,
this.
more so than that, though. I think there was a situation. I could fully be making this up, but I feel like I saw somewhere in the history book one time where there was a Conservative Prime Minister, and this would have been World War One times, maybe a bit before, somewhere around there. He was a Conservative Prime Minister, and they got him the hell out of there because they just thought he was way too left wing. And then he became a Labour member and became Labour Prime Minister like 2 years later.
Yeah.
So he was Conservative Prime Minister, got ousted, kicked out of the party, joined Labour Party, became Prime Minister again. I could be making it out, but I think that happened in like 1910, 19, something like that.
So that's someone should do that. Like just
That
kill
would
them from the
be so.
inside.
That would be so spicy. But yeah, it happened. I mean, it happened. So I don't know if you know that guy, the former speaker. I can't remember his name. The former Speaker of the House. He was a Conservative MP, and now he's a Labour Party member.
Okay.
So he was he joined as a Conservative MP, became Speaker of the House. When you become Speaker of the House, you kind of have to renounce your party anyway, to be fair.
Yeah.
But now, and then when he left his position as Speaker of the House, he joined the Labour Party. Instead of rejoining Conservatives, he joined the Labour Party instead. So his, I guess you could say his ideology over time changed.
Okay.
So it happens, I guess.
So we need to be like, one of them lot to just Rishi to surprise us all, and if he takes over, just become a Labour Party member.
The Conservative Party is just so far right now.
Yeah.
It's just
there's no chance.
There's no chance of anyone that they someone called Rishi Sunak a socialist. I think it was Jacob Rees-Mogg referred to Rishi Sunak as being a socialist chancellor because he raised taxes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you lot are insane. You lot are actually insane. Like, so saying that he's a socialist is basically saying he's left wing.
Oh, okay, because he raised taxes.
Because he raised taxes. Because obviously being right wing is cutting taxes, left wing is raising taxes to pay for everything you want to do.
Yeah.
Which is in theory supporting loads of people. Mm-hmm. Right wing is live your life, like we ain't gonna help you, but also we're not gonna take a lot of money off you.
Yeah.
Which is obviously better for richer people because they're like, I have money
to
support myself, so it's fine. But because he was raising taxes because of all the COVID stuff that happened, like man are saying, he's a socialist in disguise. I'm like, that's outrageous. There's no way you could say this guy's a socialist in disguise. he was raising taxes just to keep the money.
Yeah.
Because
giving them all pay rises.
Because they spent a lot of money for furlough and on PPE, they wasted a lot of money on that PPE and stuff. So he was just like, we just need to get this money back. So we're going to raise taxes and we're just going to keep it. Yeah. And then later, he's like, once we get our accounting order, he was basically trying to get the government's accounting order. He's like, once we get our accounting order, we'll cut them back again. What
did they do with the money? Just hold on to it.
So he was that's what I'm saying. So in this case, they'd already paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
So furlough scheme, PPE, eat out to help out, all of these things, they paid a lot of money. So he's just like, we need to get that money back just to balance our books.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you're a socialist." Like, socialists would just be like, "We'll get the money in and get it back out again."
Distribute it.
Socialists we don't care about balancing the books. We want to care about helping people.
Yeah.
Like, we will go into mad debt to help people, and that's what people don't like. They're like, you shouldn't be going into debt like that. But hey, we're the government. We can print more money. But how's the cost of living crisis treating you lot?
It's peak. Petrol's almost at £2. Oof. Petrol is it's £1.91. I got it the other day. It's like, it's a joke.
Yeah, man, it's peak out here. But yeah, let's get into this quick break. Let's play another song. What are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go? New AJ Tracey? Why not? Has he been to South Korea?
Possibly. He was at Glass though.
Is that in South Korea? It's Glastonbury in South Korea.
Closer than London, South Korea, isn't it?
Wow. But yeah, new AJ Tracey, track entitled Seoul, spelled like the South Korean capital city. But yeah, catch you on the flip side.
Let's go. Yeah. I told bro let go and I meant it. I don't care if this car gets dented, I pay full price and this star ain't rented. In the backseat windows tint up, no drink up and them shots be sent it. I got a first revenge, I'll quench it. Till the plug from a big weight, I'll bench it. I'm in the VIP with a bad gal lurking, no Riri, I got this one working. Never had to take girls to the Shard or Bond Street, but the same thing still gherkin. Took a bitch for the love I'm serving, if it's blue lights in the rear, I'm swerving.
Whenever I touch anyone else's computer, because obviously I'm a gamer, so I have my
speed
things
up as well.
No, it's slow.
Slow.
Yeah.
Because you need control in it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Yeah.
But yes, that track right there, that was AJ Tracey's Soul. We're just doing like natural transitions now. We're just like just jump in wherever. Like, why not? Get you like a little bit of the behind the scenes experience, I guess. But yeah, shout out to AJ Tracey on that one. So we wanted to kind of talk a bit about Yugioh. And talk about some of our memories of growing up playing Yugioh, simply because And now I've forgotten his name again. That's so bad.
Takahashi.
Takahashi's a surname. I remember that part. I don't remember.
Kazuki? It was going to be K.
Are you sure
It did begin
that's
with
his
a K.
surname?
Kazuki Takahashi.
Kazuki Takahashi, yes.
Okay.
That's really bad that we all didn't know. But yeah, Kazuki Takahashi, sometime in the week he passed away, and he's the creator of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! So rest in peace to him, rest in peace to a legend. Because childhood would have been way different without Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime and Yu-Gi-Oh! The cards. Like, I don't even know what my childhood would have been like.
Could you imagine there was no Yu-Gi-Oh? Like,
What would I have done?
literally.
How can I live?
You don't see man destroying the moon.
Yeah,
Storm Soldier attack the moon.
That's
you
a
just
sick
out here
moment, bro.
cheating, bro. To attack the moon. Oh man,
The OG Yu-Gi-Oh was funny, man. Like the rules in it were just non-existent.
Kai would just use his money and wealth to do whatever he wants. Like, yeah, man. So big him up because honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh was pivotal in all of our lives. I would say, I don't think we would be anime fans without Yu-Gi-Oh. Like,
Nah, that. I guess that'll be the first.
it's
Probably.
one of the first ones. Yeah.
I don't count Pokemon as like in the same.
I think Pokemon helps. I think
Yeah.
all of the ones that we watched as children, while thinking they were just normal cartoons.
Yeah.
I think all of the experience we had with all of them meant that when we grew up and we understood what anime was or whatever, we were willing to dive in and give it a chance.
True. I feel like Pokemon feels more cartoon. Like it is anime obviously and stuff, but it feels very childish and more cartoon. Whereas I think Yu-Gi-Oh is childish, but it feels a bit more
Mature, at the same time.
teenage.
It has its moments of like, maturity and stuff. I get that as well.
Sending people to the Shadow Realm in that, man. That was dark.
For real. For me, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh and Beyblade, like, were two toys that I just, or like
things you played
physical
with.
things
Yeah.
that came out of like TV shows that I just really, really loved at the time.
Yeah.
And like Yu-Gi-Oh was like, Beyblade was like when I was quite young, or like at least primary school age.
Yeah,
but
it's
then
like year 6, year 5, sort of around that kind of time.
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh was them times as well, but it lasted a lot longer. Like, so, I say it lasted a lot longer. There was a resurgence.
Yeah.
Like, because I'd got, like, my primary school cards definitely got dashed in the bin. But then got to year 7, and obviously Bez will know this as well. Like, we made friends with some other kids that were in our form, and they were like just playing Yu-Gi-Oh every morning in tuition, and like we were just like, yo, let's get some cards. Like, let's jump in, let's join in. So we were playing with their cards at first. We would do each other, me, Bez, and another friend of ours, and then we all went and got our decks. I got the Kyber deck, you got the Yugi deck, and like we just started dueling like at lunchtimes. People come and watch us.
Yeah, man.
Eventually, after a point, like people come and watch us.
We had a room, we just go and sit in and play because like.
So that came after. That came because people would come and watch us.
Take the cards in that.
So not even that. So before people started like trying to steal cards and stuff, like it would literally just be the way I remember it anyway. Like we would be playing like in between like
on
pods.
on the benches.
Yeah.
And
we'd just be playing there, and like people would just come and watch, and then other people just started buying cards themselves.
Yeah.
And then when it became a thing where there just wasn't enough space for everyone to sit down and play, that's when the school was actually like, this game is getting popular now.
Yeah.
Off of the back of us. But it was like, this game is getting popular. Like the children want a space to sit down and play. So they opened the classroom for us to go in and sit and play during breaks and lunchtimes. And then that's when the popularity started to get out of control, because then people who had no interest in actually playing the game would just come and just cause mischief, try to steal people's cards and stuff. I don't think I ever got anything stolen, but I saw mad people.
No. I saw a lot of people getting their cards taken. People will come and like maybe grab a card, they just give it straight back to you. But you're just like, it's not.
For me, like I was just very aware. Like as soon as I was like,
Once you do it, when
I'm just gonna keep an eye on my
room,
cards now. Yeah, I just know what's happening. I know who you are.
Yeah,
I'm just keep an eye on my cards. And then it became a real thing. Like people were we were trading, like we were buying booster packs like all the time. Like my deck, like at the end of that period, my deck had maybe like 1 or 2 cards left in it from that original Kyber deck. Like it was so far removed
Yeah.
by the end because booster packs, trading. I think I bought another like full deck, like, and then integrated some of those cards in. Like, and then we used to take note of like who was the quote unquote best at any one time. He had his time.
Still number one. Still to this day.
I would like the record to reflect that I whooped him. I whooped him. He did beat me back. He did beat me back in a more, how do you say, lucky fashion?
Lucky fashion.
in a more, every dog has his day type of way.
That's how you won. That's spinning his tail completely different.
I whipped him. I smoked him.
You owned me, but it was in a every dog has his day fashion. Basically, what happened was, so obviously Yells was saying he got booster packs up, but he had the Kyber deck and he didn't tell us when he got his booster packs. So he added in new cards, but none of us knew what cards he had. So he's played his face downs and that, like field completely empty. I've summoned Summon Skull, put a axe power up on him, Axe of Despair on him, got over 4,000 points, attack directly, you're done, and then he just flips over Magic Cylinder. And I'm just like, and obviously we didn't see Magic Cylinder at this point, so I remember that
like everyone was reading it like, that card does what?
Yeah. I remember that he's like, I rest the back of you, I win. I'm like, excuse me? And then like, I remember one of my friends grabbed it, was like, "Raw, you actually lost." I'm like, what? No way, what is this?
Cam, when I tell you I was so gassed, right? So I had monsters in my hand, right?
Yeah.
But I was just like, I just wanted him to attack me so I can use this trap card. So I didn't play any monsters, right? So thinking now as an adult, I'm like, that's a terrible strategy. Like someone like, if he was an adult now, he might fix something up. But I was just like, I have monsters in my hand, but let me just let me just goad him into attacking me essentially. And he played he sacrificed whatever to play Summer Skull. And I'm like, oh, this is good. It's going to be 2,800 or
25.
Oh, 2,500.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool, 2,500. That's a good enough thing.
Yeah.
But he's like pimping it out with this card and that card. I'm just there like, oh my God. So he's like trying to just like end me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just in my head, I'm just trying to stay calm. Like, cause I'm just like, I know what's happening. I know what's going to happen next. Like, I know what's going to happen next. I'm just like, just like trying to sit there like, oh no, this is not looking good for me. Oh no. And then I attack you directly. Boom, Magic Cylinder. Gangster. And then
rude, man.
2 weeks later, everyone had like 7 of them.
I mean, that's the difference as well, because no one knew that card even existed. That's why I wouldn't have even thought that there was something there that's going to do that. Like maybe something that can negate the attack.
This is true, yeah.
Or something that can stop the attack, but nothing that's going to send it back to my life points directly.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, cool, because there was Mirror Force that time as well, which destroys everything. Because you don't lose any life points. That's the one. Like, if it happens, it's not
the end of the world. Yeah.
So I just had no idea the fact that this card existed. So that I did not think that this is even possible to this happen. I'm just like, what? Nah.
What just happened?
Everyone had Magic Cylinder after. So then someone's got a face down and no cards. You're just like, you gotta be a bit wary. Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy that face down before you.
So you either got to do that or you got to split up. Like you got to be like, I got to have 4 monsters on the field rather than doing one monster and pimping them out. I got to do 4 monsters because then you can only Magic Cylinder one of them.
Exactly.
And like that's less of a thing. But like it was good times. Like I remember having I had rivalries with man. Like there were man that I would do like bare times. I'd win one, they'd win one. I'd win one, they'd win one. Like it was proper heated. Like, and it would be like I'd win one, I'd go away, and we'd both go away, and our decks would just every time we played, our decks would be a little bit different. He'd have a new card, I'd have a new card. Like boom, boom, boom. It was man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like that time period would have been way different without Yugioh.
It would have been, I think my sister, she used to work in Woolworths at the time, so I used to get quite a lot of tins from her from work. So I used to sell some decks.
Cheating. Look at this one cheating.
I sold
this
decks.
This is why he's out here bragging number one to this day.
I was number one to this
He had the plug. He had the plug. He was the one doing shady backroom deals, like after school, like in the trench coat going to Raven Park.
It's all about balancing the deck. You get the cards, but you still got to balance the deck correctly. You got to make sure you have 40 cards. 20 monsters, 10 traps, 10 spells.
Some of us had to sell our lunch. some of us had to go to school, sell our hula hoops, sell our sandwiches to get money to be able to go afford these booster packs.
Yeah, I was eating the cards. With Eddie Murphy Raw, he said that one of his parents worked in a toy factory. They were eating the toys for dinner. They get no lunch, I was eating the cards.
That's jokes, man. But what about you, Cam, man? Would you talk to us? I don't know.
My experience with Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowhere near as as hype as you lot. Like I barely remember watching the original Yu-Gi-Oh! As a child. I don't really remember playing. I know we had cards.
We had cards, yeah.
I know we had cards. I just don't remember what cards I had or anything like that. Except for up until the point where we got like until GX came out, and then I got a Jaden deck.
Yes.
I remember that. I was in high school by that point. But I don't remember anything before that, and I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! With anyone other than you.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't play at school? Nothing?
No.
Oh, shame. I thought you did.
Nah, man. Because who was it? What was it? So obviously, yeah. By the time I got to high school, Yu-Gi-Oh! Wasn't dead, but it wasn't as big as it was like when the original was the one.
Yeah.
Like when GX came out, it was nowhere near as big for my friends and that. Like maybe people watched it, but it wasn't like huge, massive where everyone had cards and stuff. By the time I got to like year 10, year 11, or maybe before that, people were trying to mock me because they knew that Yells played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Because they knew that Yells was that bad boy
Yeah.
with the heart of the cards.
Yeah, one of my friends' older brother was in the year above you lot.
Yeah.
And he must have told him.
Man, he pulled out the card.
Yeah, so I just pulled out my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I was just looking at. So I still have some. I still got loads actually. So I'm looking at a Magic Cylinder card right now. So the official description, sorry to cut you off, Cam, but the official description of it, the effect says, negate the attack of one of your opponent's monsters and inflict damage equal to the attacking monster's attack to your opponent's life points. So essentially, when Bez was pimping out his Magic his Summon Skull, all the attack points that he was stacking on it went straight back to him. Gangster. But yeah, go on. Your friend was doing what?
Yeah, so his older brother, who was there when you lot were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I obviously told him that. And then he tried to mock me. I was like, I don't care. That's my brother. Like, first of all, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Second of all, you're trying to mock me like I care. Like, it doesn't matter.
His older brother wasn't even in our year. He was like older.
No, yeah, he was in the year above you.
Yeah. So he didn't have the vibes. He didn't know the vibes. So
Because the year below us got involved, didn't they?
The year below us got involved. The year above were too cool for school at that point. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Wanted to be too cool for school anyway.
Yeah, so I don't really have... My experience with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is purely based off of watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX mainly. And then like, because it's like the third season is just gas. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the hypest like anime, like proper for kids animes that I've watched. And like, it's sick. It's so sick.
When did GX start? Because I feel like we had GX cards and we were playing in school stuff. I remember like people had like the Elemental Heroes and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I guess that was probably before the anime came then, or the anime was in Japan maybe, I guess, at the time.
Maybe. So yeah, I reckon the cards would have been available before the anime was in the UK. Because what channel did it used to come on, Cam?
Fox Kids and ITV and...
Yeah, for us it would have
Channel
been...
5 or something.
It would have been CITV, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so like, so I reckon GX probably started probably about 2006-ish.
It's 2000. Well, it says 2004, but that would have been
In Japan.
So yeah, it probably got over here for like
2006, 2007.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at my cards and I'm just like pulling out the fact that I've got all 3 Egyptian god cards. Looking at my... It's so gas.
You better put that in a safe, man.
Now, do you know what the thing is, yeah? This is one of the things where I just have it because I wanted it.
Yeah.
It's literally that. Like, right now, I'm gassed because, 12, 11, 10, 9-year-old Yells would have been gassed. Like, if this came out yesterday, I wouldn't care. But, like, because back in the day, I would have fought someone for a Slife of the Sky Dragon. And I've got... Slifer, Obelisk, Winged Dragon of Ra, got all 5 pieces of Exodia, like Dark Magician. I've got Blue Eyes in that deck that I just had, and I've got 3 there, so I've got 4 Blue Eyes White Dragons, plus the original like design as well. One of them is So
I had to dig up my old decks. I don't know where. I think they're in like the attic at home. I don't know where they are.
Polymerization. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Like, jeez.
Did you ever go into any tournaments when we was?
So I didn't play any tournaments when we were younger. I went to a tournament basically the other day. It was like a few years ago now, but basically it's the other day, relatively. And I played with this deck and got destroyed because the game
rules
is
are completely
the game is
As far as you weren't playing on motorbikes or something like. It's
the game's gone. Game's gone. Yeah, the game's way different. Like back in the day, we used to play. Like I was saying to my nephew, back in the day, your turn used to take about 10 seconds. You draw, you play some cards, you end your turn.
Yeah.
Like it's only longer if you're going to attack.
And then play
But even
cards
then,
after
it's
attack.
only like, and then calculate life points or whatever. But even then, it's only about 20 seconds per turn. But now, one turn is like 15 minutes. And he was like, oh, you can't hack it because the game's too fast now. And the game's so slow now. Like, it's not quick. It's not quick. Like, yes, you're doing so much more in a turn. But the fact that the turn is taking so long is not quicker now. I'm just sitting there while you pick up cards, put down cards, pick up another card, replace the card that you just put down with another card, put that one in that pile and that one from that pile into another pile, and it's way over the top.
There's obviously so many different types of summoning techniques that they've added in now that it's just long and so they're so complicated. Like. Initially, you have ritual summoning, fusion,
special
normal
summon.
and special summon,
Yeah.
and that's it. Then GX didn't add anything really.
GX was polymerization. That wasn't about before.
That's special. There was, yeah.
That's fusion.
Yeah, because the thingy fused Chimera and the Gaia, the Sky Dragon, and
Oh,
And, like,
yes,
didn't
Gaia,
they
the
fuse,
fierce-
like-
No, they didn't fuse
the
like
three
that.
Blue Eyes.
That wasn't
That's
polymerization,
polymerization.
It is polymerization. And like even Time Wizard and
That
thingy.
definitely wasn't polymerization.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
It was, and then they fused, and then they used the
Time Wizard and Baby Dragon.
Yeah, they
I
I
fused.
swear that's not a fusion.
It is a
Nah,
fusion.
they do. And then the old dragon.
Yeah, Thousand Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
I think
fusion.
I have him in there. I thought that was just Time Wizard's effect.
Nah, it's specifically. It's definitely a fusion.
I can check this.
I'm pretty sure that one's a polymerization as well. It feels
so
like.
100% is a
I'm like,
polymerization.
I'm agreeing with you, lot.
I think you might, because in the anime, maybe.
In the anime, maybe
They
it's
might,
in the
yeah,
anime
but I'm
that
pretty
they
sure
do
like
it.
they're polymerizations.
But yeah, definitely fusion, polymerization, and just fusion in general.
Yeah.
Was in the original series.
I think, I'm trying to think if the GX did not. I don't think GX changed any of the rules really.
Yeah, no, GX didn't change anything. It's set in the exact same universe as well.
They had like it was special summons, but it was like, because I think like with the elemental heroes, you can have like certain effects when there's the like the rainbow dragons and stuff like that came. They had certain effects that like the crystal beast. The
Crystal Beast had. But that's like a specific deck.
I mean,
that just
I
has
think
one
there were
feature.
special summons still as well technically.
Yeah, and then obviously in 5Ds they added synchro summoning, which is also not that, I don't think is that bad.
I think it's
When you compare it to the ones that come after it, it's
yeah,
not that bad.
It's not as bad, but when like it took me a minute to wrap my head around it. But
It's not that hard. You
I don't
just
even know what that is.
you literally sacrifice monsters that add up to the level of the monster you want to summon. The only difference is that you have to have a special type of monster called a tuna monster that you sacrifice first. Like you have to have that to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, it's just you just have to add up stars.
Yeah, but that's the point. It's too many steps at that point. Like fusion, if you want to summon this monster, you got to have the two pieces that make it up, and you fuse them with polymerization. Simple. Normal summon sacrificing is just one monster for 5-6 stars, 2 monsters for 7-8 stars.
Yeah.
Very simple. Special summon, each particular monster has its own set of rules or whatever. Again, like
Bro, ritual summoning?
I think that
ritual
was,
summoning wasn't
I still don't know how
hard.
you summon
It wasn't
Relinquish
hard.
to this day. I still don't know how you summon Relinquish.
ritual summoning wasn't hard. It just specific set of circumstances. It was, and then just those specific set of circumstances did not come around too often.
Like Black Luster Soldier made sense to summon, but yeah, Relinquish, I haven't got a clue how you
Relinquish
summon.
is stupid powerful though.
Yeah.
That's why it had to be difficult
Yeah.
to summon. Like Relinquish was stupid good. Like if you could get out in the field, like you just great.
Yeah.
So you don't know about like any of the other summoning techniques?
But I know there's the new one where there's like you used to have the side deck, but now there's like another deck which you can summon from or something. I'm pretty sure.
There is. I don't know what it's called though.
Yeah, that's too far forward for me even.
Yeah.
Like I stepped out when they did the pendulum one, where you play 2 cards. Well, you don't even play them on the field. You play them in like pendulum spots kind of thing, and then they have their star level, whatever. And then when you play them, you can summon any amount of monsters that have a star level between the 2.
Oh my god!
In the anime, it's disgusting. I don't know how it works in an actual real life duel, but in the anime, it's just disgusting. And the only person who can do it is the main character.
Just the what was it? Plot shield.
Yeah, he you know how these things happen where like a card appears in their deck. That's what happened. Like a card appears in his deck, and so now he can do this pendulum summoning thing. And everyone's like, "How is he doing this?" And they allow it. Like, in tournaments and everything, it's allowed. They're like, "Oh, this new pendulum summoning thing." No one's like, no one's stopping him from doing it.
Cheating.
So no one else has cards.
No one else has cards
Oh
to do
my
it.
god! So
These cards appeared in his deck. Like they're literally specific cards that like have like a green to red tint on them, gradient kind of thing, and he's the only one that has them. Up to a point, I think someone else gets them further down the line. But in the beginning, like the first like 50 episodes, it's just him.
But that's what people say about Yu-Gi as well.
I was gonna say that. I found it funny about Yugioh. Well, yeah, he grows and people are like, come on now. This guy's just like grown a foot and his voice has gone deep and all
that. He was acting like the same guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't look the same, like really. Like he looks a bit different.
We could tell. Yeah. When he was young, we could still tell when the Pharaoh's there or when it's Yugi.
It's jokes and everyone's just acting like he's exactly the same person. And when they like, you seem a little bit different. Like
no, it's me. Yugi.
His voice is broken.
Literally.
Overnight. But no, I just mean like Yu-Gi used to cheat. Like it's the whole thing we joke about attacking the moon. He's cheating. How are you attacking the spell card, my guy? What do you mean you're attacking the moon? And how does that automatically win you the duel? Because that automatically won him the duel.
Because it destroyed the monster that the guy had somehow.
So the monster was a water type.
Yeah.
So he attacked the moon, which rescinded the tide, which beached the monster. That's what I'm saying. Like, how does this work in the game? This is a card game, my guy. What are you talking about?
And these things that he's summoning are just like projections. They're
exactly.
not real.
It's not real.
Oh my god.
So it pulled back the tide, so the monster was beached, so it was dying. It died. And that was it, duel over. And I would never see anything like that again.
No.
Never.
And it was like Stone Soldier as well that attacked the moon, which wasn't even like something that can attack that high up. It was just Stone Soldier.
Stone Soldier, yeah.
Oh, so funny. I thought it was funny just how like they all had their own cards as well. Like Dark Magician was the most rare card in the game, and like no one else had a Dark Magician. No one else had like something like, what is it, the Zelda kind of looking card.
Oh, Celtic Warrior.
Yeah, no one else had that. It's like they're just basic cards which no one else had. And I just thought it was like, how come no one has these cards? I guess that's why the guy had the pendulum cards, which no one else had. It's just, everyone has each their own cards.
It's not even like he has them in the beginning though. He literally in the middle of the first duel he has, they just appear in his deck.
Okay.
And then he instantly knows how to use them as well. He's like,
my word.
just boom. Yeah, it's stupid.
That's kind of like Yu-Gi with Exodia. But that had the excuse of it just wasn't his deck. So it was granddad's deck. So he was familiar with Exodia. He just didn't know his granddad had it in his deck. Yeah. And then I think, what does he do? He pulls like the arm or something and then goes, this card's useless. Like the duel with Kaiba.
Yeah.
And then as it goes through, he realizes like, oh, okay. And then he believes in the heart of the cards and pulls the last one. He's like, no, Kaiba, my granddad's deck does not have any left cards. But it does have Exodia. It's not possible. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's good times, man. It's taking me back. It's not possible.
I think that's still a meme now as well, isn't it? When he's getting attacked by Exodia.
Yeah.
Just saying,
Yo, it's a card game. You do not feel any pain.
I think that's one thing that like, about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's always just made me laugh. That you don't feel pain. It's a card game. There's
Like when they lose
projections.
life points, it's like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
Are you okay?
At least, I mean, some of them they do give good reason for them feeling something where they have
The
like,
Shadow Realm deals and that.
yeah, they have like something connected to them that
Yeah,
projects
Zayn,
the-
Zayn and he brought the things in, the colours and stuff. And
Yeah.
he was like almost dying after it. Because,
and then also the snake dudes has the like the life draining colors as well,
Yeah.
or wristbands or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they turn into zombies.
They're draining their souls. And once you use the duel, you turn into a zombie. We need the duel points. We need your life source from the dueling. It's like, how does a duel create all these life sources, powers that power up to summon a demon from another realm and all this?
Yeah, there's so many things. They were just like, we need something done. Let's duel. Like they need to power something. Let's duel.
And then like, they come into the school, like in GX, they come to school. We need you to save the world. Like, it's a card game to save the world.
They go to an alternate dimension, and then dueling is still the main thing that people do.
Just
And
a
like
card game.
these monsters have dual discs growing out their arms.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it.
It's
I
so
love it.
good though. It's so good.
Yeah, the children's card game makes the world go round.
No, it's not true. It's no ancient. Like remember in the first
Yeah,
song
the
we got-
pharaohs. Yeah, it's an ancient thing.
There's some in like
Pharaohs.
the little like placards and stuff, like just little blue eyes coming up from the ground.
Yeah, man. Like, what did you think of Pegasus' Toon World, man? I used to hate that back in the day. Like, I used to hate playing against it. Like, it was fun in the TV show.
Yeah.
But I knew some people who had like Toon cards. And
Yeah.
and it was just a pain in the
I
ass.
had some cards, but I never had Toon World. So I had Toon Dark Magician Girl, and I think I had the Toon Blue Eyes, but I never had Toon World, so I could never play with them. But yeah, that card that was
It's just frustrating.
yeah.
Like, only a Toon can destroy a Toon. Oh my god. How? Yeah.
They were stupid because obviously Pegasus made them for his deck, so he just
Yeah.
made the cards have they can't be destroyed, and then like you could destroy Toon World and that would destroy them as well.
Yeah. That's the only way. Like,
But I think as long, if you don't know that, then you won't even
Then you've lost.
because you can't destroy them by
Can't
attacking them or
destroy them,
anything. You can damage them, I think, can't you? Like if they're in attack mode.
you can damage his life points.
Yeah.
So like if if your monster has higher attack points, you can attack
Yeah.
it, damage his life points, but the card doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a horrible.
So it's not impossible to win against it. It's just frustrating because
Yeah.
you can't destroy the card. Like if it's like at the time, if someone plays a Toon Blue Eyes, you ain't really gonna.
It's
And
free
you know not
fire
much you
attack.
can do.
Yeah.
Like with that.
And then that's just attacking you every turn.
Yeah.
So you can't summon much. You can't. It's just you're just kind of just biding time now.
Yeah. You're just getting gypped away.
Yeah.
Slowly
Yeah.
dying.
Exactly.
Jarring. But yeah, I'm surprised. I've got quite a few. So I've got 4 decks in this folder, and I've got a deck here. So I've got 5 decks.
Is that on your main deck in the?
This, well,
Or was there a mix?
we could say it's my main deck. I was just flicking through and I don't know any of the cards, but we could say it's my main deck. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
This is the deck I took to the tournament
Yeah.
when I went with my nephew and got rinsed. But I didn't get to play like any cards because everyone beat me in like a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went
They
to the
should have
tournament.
tournaments for old style playing.
Yeah, I went to the same tournament as well, and I was like, I'm not playing. Like, I'm just not gonna bring my cards. I'm not playing.
I ended up higher than my nephew though.
Well, that's sad for him. You got like a buy or something. Like someone
alright,
didn't come.
I got a buy in the first round because I was the last person to register because he registered before me. Yeah, we were the last 2 to register. He registered before me, so he got a game, and no one came after me, so I didn't get a game. So I got a buy in the first round, and it's like top table, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So then that put me up. Then the second match I lost. Third match I lost, but the guy had to go, so I got the win. And then I lost the final match. So I ended with 2-2. I was 2-2. Through technicalities, I ended on evens, whereas our nephew lost every game.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not trying to get involved in this. I'm not sitting down to lose. That's not fun. I've done it already because I did that with Pokemon, where I just went and got washed by everyone, and that wasn't fun. I mean, it was alright. It wasn't too bad, but I also got 1 win because someone didn't turn up, and then I also
Bro, winning on technicalities, man. It's great.
I also missed my last game because I just left. I was like, I'm done with this. But yeah, and I don't know if I watched any games while I was there. I think I did. But yeah, it's long.
I think I went to like 2 when we was playing it back in school days. And the first one I lost like pretty much every game. Then the second one I had a better deck. I think I came like 3rd or something. Quite well that one. But yeah, those rules were so much easier. I wouldn't even know what to do when I'm this one now. That's coming with my old deck. Like
you get smoked.
couldn't. Because you have to get a fresh deck.
Yeah, because like the only thing you could do, like I got washed. I started. I played 1 card face down and I played a monster.
Man, eat a bug face down. Yeah, attack it, go on.
And then in my turn, the guy was like, "Is that it?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh."
Wasn't there something that you did and then the guy was like,
I
don't
drew.
do that anymore?
I drew.
Oh.
I drew. So that was in what? So the first duel, I started. I played 1 card and 1 card, and that was it. And he was like, "Oh, was that it?" But in another duel, I played 2nd, and obviously back in the day, the person who plays first doesn't draw, but the person who plays 2nd draws, right?
Yeah.
So I drew, and he was like, "Oh no, we don't do that anymore." I was like, "What? Since when?" He was like, "Yeah, no, the rules like both for our first turns, both of us." Because I was like, "This it sounds fairer to be that
So
way."
we both start with 5 cards now then?
So you both just start. So because you used to start 5 cards, and the second guy would draw to get 6. But now you both just start with 5, and
You draw on your second turn.
you
Both
draw on your second turn.
Okay.
That's what he said anyway. I was just like, well, fair enough, I put it back.
No, you have to shuffle that now. You looked at it.
I mean, it didn't make a difference. It didn't make any kind of difference. He still won in like his
I'm not
next turn.
serious about it. Like they do not joke.
He still won in like his next turn. It didn't matter. Like that. So I remember the first guy. So after he said, "Is that it?" He beat me. I was like, "Oh, sorry, guy. I didn't even find out like what type of deck you were playing." I was like, yeah, just like I don't know, some dragons and shit." Because these are taking it very seriously. Like, they always say
they're
like,
so into it.
I'm playing like this kind of deck or that kind of deck or whatever. I was like, bro.
And then after the tournament's done, they just bring out bare folders
to
to start
like, trade
trading and
stuff.
selling and whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah, like, and when you sign up to the tournament, they give you a pack. And I pulled like a card from a pack, and like it apparently was like super rare. So like, my nephew was gassed. He was like, "Yo, yo, yo." I was like, "Do you want it?" He was like, "Oh no, it doesn't fit my deck." I was like, "Okay, fair enough." And then all of a sudden, other people saw that I had it.
Yeah.
And they were coming to me like, "Oh, I'll trade you this, 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 and this, and this, and this, and this." I was like, "I don't need any of this shit."
Give me money, hard cash, please.
Auction. Who was start? It started being £100. Come on.
So in the end, I just traded it for Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. He's like, "Is that all you want?" I was like, "Yeah, man." Why?" Like, I was like, "This card actually means something to me. Like, I know what this card is. It means something." He's like, "No, I can give you this, 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 and this." I was like, "Bro,
I'm not gonna use them ever."
Like, and it doesn't mean anything to me. At least Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, like, this is something that means something to me.
Yeah.
Turned out I already had one, but so I finessed myself. But I didn't matter. Like, he's happy. He got his card. I'm happy. So the one that I got of him is shiny. The one I had wasn't shiny. So I have a shiny one and a normal one.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's jokes.
But yeah, man. Other than that, Elon Musk is pulling out his Twitter deal. He says there's more spam accounts and fake accounts on Twitter than Twitter was telling him, so he's not happy.
Oh, is that why he's pulled out?
That's one of the reasons, yeah.
Okay.
And then also because Twitter have like, since the deal's gone through, Twitter have been like, they've laid off a bunch of people. They've basically, according to Elon Musk's legal team, they've not been conducting business in their normal manner. Once the deal went through, they've changed the company considerably since the deal's gone through. Mm-hmm. So he's basically saying you misrepresented the company, and also the company as is now is not how the company was when I agreed to buy it.
Yeah.
So he's trying to pull out. Okay. Twitter, like, hell no, you agreed.
For some money.
Yeah, run me that check. so yeah, they're going to go to court, but he's trying to pull out, basically.
Who do you think will win? Because surely, like...
Usually, these things go to the seller. Because they want to, just as a rule, they want to dissuade people from agreeing to things and then pulling it out.
Yeah.
So usually it goes to the seller. Or it usually goes to the person who is not pulling it out.
Yeah.
So if the seller's trying to pull out, like, "No, I don't want to sell anymore," it usually just goes to the person who's not pulling out of the agreement. But it does depend on the facts.
Yeah.
So if for real, Twitter did misrepresent the company. If, like,
that's what I'm saying, because from what you're saying, it sounds like misrepresenting the company and then changing it from what it was at the time of purchase. That sounds quite. You should be able to pull out of that.
So if a judge agrees that so I think Twitter said that about 5% of the accounts are are meant to be spam and fake or whatever. If it comes out if it's 6%, I don't think anyone cares.
Yeah.
If it comes out it's 20%, then maybe a judge will be like, oh, do you know what, this is fair.
Yeah.
And again, in terms of how the company's changed or whatever, if it turns out that it's just business conditions have necessitated these changes, then fine. If it turns out that they just decided that we've sold the company now, we could just do whatever, then not fine. So it will depend on the facts and stuff. So it could go either way, but
Okay.
he has a chance. It's not like a slam dunk for either side, I would say.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want it anymore. So, but that's the interesting part there. So if he gets it, is he still going to do all the things he was saying he's going to do? Or is he?
He might just play around with it. Just
doesn't say
have
it.
fun.
Or will he just try to flip it? He could just, because if he doesn't want it anymore, he might. If he loses, he might just try to be like, just go straight back on the market. Someone buy stuff for you.
Yeah.
He would take a huge loss.
People will buy it. Someone would buy it.
Someone would buy it, but he would take a
he's
loss.
Rich.
But I don't think he wants to just be taking L's.
You don't.
Big L's like that.
But he'll make it back in probably a week.
Probably.
During COVID, I think his wealth just shot up like crazy.
Massively,
So I think he's.
I'm sure you could have some fun with it anyway.
I reckon I'll have some fun.
I think if they forced him to take it, I think he would just do everything he
as
said.
a troll. He would just do it.
He'd reinstate Donald Trump. He would do all kinds of things. They would just throw the edit button on there just for giggles.
Edit button?
Yeah.
So you can edit tweets?
Yeah. I think
that would be a mess.
That would be the worst thing to happen.
It'd be such a mess. It's unbelievable.
Someone could just tweet something outrageous and then just go back and edit it.
That's what people like.
Or the reverse, more likely.
Yeah, I think people will tweet things.
Someone will tweet something. Someone will tweet something.
Everyone's agreeing with you.
Yeah, someone will tweet bananas are really nice, it will just go, retweet, and it will be
black people eat bananas because they're monkeys.
Yeah.
And he's like,
get fucked. Get back, saying la la la.
And everyone's there, likes it and stuff. And you just see
I was this you.
He's like, oh my god.
I like this tweet when it says something very
You know what I'm saying?
Right, but
You just got to screenshot every tweet you like.
This is where it was.
Keep a receipt just in case. In case someone misused, then no, that's not me.
They need to do what Reddit does and just have an edit log.
Yeah, so on Reddit, can you see?
So you
it
see,
says edit.
So it'll say edit, and then
Yeah.
if you click on it, it will show what it was edited from.
I think YouTube does the same thing as well. If you edit a comment, it will say the comment, and it'll say underneath what the edit is. I don't know if that's people adding it in themselves or if that's how YouTube works.
Oh no, people add it in themselves.
people add it in,
YouTube,
okay.
So people they'll write something, and then if they change something, they'll star it, and then at the bottom they'll put star, edit, and then what they changed.
Okay, I thought that was how YouTube did it. I didn't think. I thought because I've not tried to edit a comment on YouTube before, so
because YouTube it says edit at the top, after the person's name. I think it will say edit or something to show that it's been edited.
Oh, okay, but it doesn't say what the edit is.
No, but then people put it in themselves because sometimes people tend to be like, "Why did you edit?"
Yeah.
So then you say, "Oh, I edited for this reason. I changed that."
Like grammar.
Yeah, grammar.
Fix the grammar.
Yeah, that's what everyone on Twitter is saying. That's why they want the edit button just to fix grammar
But
and stuff.
if they do that, it needs to be logged
Yeah.
that it was edited and potentially what it was before. Because people on Reddit and whatever are less likely to just be there's less. No, they're scummy. Don't get me wrong.
I was like, where you go with this? Like, to do what?
Don't get me wrong, they're twisted. But it's on Twitter, there's the whole thing of getting people to like stuff and retweet stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
On Reddit, you don't have that. So if you edit something and people upvote it and then you change it, that doesn't matter really at the end of the day.
It's not like it's gonna get pushed to people.
It's not public,
new
is it?
people.
It's not public.
No, but if I retweet something and then you edit what I've retweeted, and then it says Yell's retweeted this, it looks nuts. It's a different kettle of fish, I think. So definitely.
Yeah, that's something they need to just avoid at all costs. I don't think it's not needed.
Nah, because people just do what we do now. When you make a mistake, just put a tweet underneath saying, this was a mistake. I know it's annoying, but
People just don't want to delete it and retweet it, but people
delete
don't want
and
to
retweet, that too. That can work.
because they get viral and then they don't want to delete a viral tweet sort of thing.
Yeah.
If it's viral, who cares if there's any grammar?
That's the thing. Like people will get.
It's because there'll be grammar Nazis in the comments or.
No, but people be like, so that's what people always say. Like, oh, of course, my tweet with the incorrect spelling goes viral. Well, no one cares about your incorrect spelling. Honestly, we agree with what you said. You made your point. We agree with it, so it's fine.
It's one of them OCD like just frustrations. Like, damn it! Why did I tweet the full stop in the wrong place? Or I said loose instead of lose. Like,
just do better. just pre-read.
Yeah.
Just pause. Take a moment. Pause.
Proofread your work.
Proofread. That's
Yeah.
I was like, pre-read needs to read it before. You can't read it before. You can read it before you post it. That's like, yeah.
But anyway, moving on. What are we watching? What are we doing? I'll start. So I finished The Boys season 3. Gangster, so good.
Crazy.
So good, man. Like where it started and where it ends. From where it started, I never would have thought it would get to where it ends. So good.
Yeah.
Roller coaster. Just so much happens. It's crazy. Can't wait for season 4.
Cammy needs to watch it.
Cam, you need to watch it. So
now it's finished, I will watch it.
Yeah. What else? I watched Thor: Love and Thunder today. Hilarious.
That's good.
Gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's quite as funny as Thor 3. Ragnarok. Yeah, I don't think it's quite as funny as that. But it's in much of the same vein. Same again. It's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's definitely good stuff. You lot both need to watch that. A lot of fun. And Christian Bale, Jesus Christ, man. I was going into it like, I feel like there's going to be too much Batman in my Thor. But no.
I didn't know he was in it.
He's a villain.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
But yeah, sorry, spoiler, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fully like, oh man, I'm just gonna be looking at him, just thinking, why is Batman in Thor? Like, I don't think I've seen Christian Bale in anything else, honestly.
Bro.
I don't think so.
Okay. I have, yeah.
What?
I saw him in Le Mans 66, where it was about racing. Ford versus Ferrari, I think. Something like that.
He was in The Big Short, which I think is like an investor.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, sorry, I've seen that. But he's so far of like left field and that he's like playing like a. I don't know what he's meant to be, but he's like a super smart genius guy.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Actually.
I'm gonna rewatch that at some point. I've got it ready to rewatch. And he was in The Prestige. That movie was sick as well. Him and Hugh Jackman. That about magicians. That movie was really good. I like that one.
The Big Short, like Cam, you need to watch Wolf of Wall Street, then immediately after watch The Big Short. It's just two very different vibes, similar concept. And just The Big Short, the whole way through, I was like, is this a comedy? It is a comedy.
It is a comedy.
Is this a comedy? Is this serious? Is this comedy? I don't really understand. It's because it was funny, but it was kind of like it was trying to be serious. It was just serious. It's a serious concept, but they were being very, very funny about it. And I was like, am I meant to be taking you seriously, or is this? But yeah, it's definitely a comedy. But it's good. It's good. So yeah, I've seen him in The Big Short, but I forgot about.
Have you seen Equilibrium? It's like it looks like The Matrix. Okay, I think he was in that as well. It's another film. Yeah, he's been quite a few things in that. American Psycho. You must have heard of it if you haven't seen it.
I've heard of American Psycho, and I've seen that he's in it, but I haven't seen it. So yeah, basically Batman's what I know him for. He's in The Big Short, but he's not really the main guy in The Big Short either. He's kind of like he's one of the main people, but in terms of like screen time, I don't think he has that much screen time. I think Steve Carell's character has more. Steve Farrell, what's his name?
Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Steve Carell. His character has more screen time.
I don't remember the film that well at all. Like I've seen it, but I just can't remember it. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. You should rewatch it. But yeah, so I was proper going into it like there's going to be too much Batman in my too much DC in my Marvel.
What accent was you running?
What accent was you running? Yeah, a new one.
Fresh.
So it was So that was when he first spoke. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my bad. Like you don't sound like Batman. You don't look like Batman. You're giving me something completely. I was like, you're an actor. Literally, what came through my head, I was literally like, no, you're an actor. Well done. Like because some actors don't have that range, right?
Nah.
Like
Yeah,
if it was-
he's good.
Yeah, if it was The Rock, I'm like, yo,
You know what you're gonna get.
yeah, I will beat you like a drum. Yes, The Rock. You've said that in almost every movie you've ever been in. But yeah, it's good. I'm reading this book, Bullet Train. I got the book out of the library and then literally found out that there's going to be a movie made based on the book starring Bad Bunny and this little known guy named Brad Pitt. But Bad Bunny is still going to be the superstar of that movie. So I'm trying. So it's coming out in August. I think the end of August. So I'm trying to see if I can finish the book by that point. It's like 400 pages. I'm not entirely confident that I can do that. I've started reading again, but I'm not fully in the habit. It's going to be tough. But yeah, wish me luck.
You're gonna ruin the movie. You're gonna go in. You're gonna watch the movie, and
The
you're
movie's
gonna
going
be
to be
like,
different. Do you know
you're gonna
why?
be like, oh my god, the book was better.
The movie's going to be different. Do you know why?
Because they're not
the book
Japanese.
is set in Japan and everyone is Japanese. And in the movie, we already know that they're not because it's Bad Bunny, it's
Brad Pitt.
It's that black dude that I don't know his name.
The guy from Eternals.
Yeah, but he's not Japanese.
Sure. Yeah, he might be.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not. But it's still set in Japan.
Oh,
So,
Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it as well.
Who?
Aaron Taylor Johnson
Yes.
He's kick-ass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
and Quicksilver in the Marvel
Yeah.
movies.
Oh, right, yeah. I knew that.
He was
I knew. Sorry,
he was in Tenet as well. He was one of the soldiers towards the end, like the main
Bro,
soldier.
this guy looks different in every single
Yeah.
movie he's in.
The one who the last three.
Yeah.
It was
I did not know that.
Yes.
I knew he was Quicksilver. Like,
Yeah.
I knew Kick-Ass was Quicksilver. I recognized him as the same
Yeah.
person. I did not know that
yeah.
one.
So he was the third one who gave them the thing at the end, like saying, "Oh, you're gonna take it and kill ourselves."
Mad. I need to rewatch Tenet though.
It
every
needs to
time,
come on some kind of streaming service.
yeah, every time I say it, I look at it on like YouTube Premium or on the PlayStation Store. And I'm like, do I spend £20 to watch this movie? No.
Do you not get like any movies and stuff with YouTube Premium when you have it?
Yeah, but not like
You have to like
Blockbusters.
rent sort of thing.
So yeah, you gotta rent it or you gotta buy
Like
it.
buy it,
There's some that are free,
like random indie movies.
but it won't be Blockbusters.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all for me.
Okay, I'll go next. What have I been watching? So I watched Tenet. I rewatched it because I was like, because it was my last time. So I was like, let me rewatch it and see
How
if
did you?
I.
Oh, you bootlegged it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Police. Why do you should tell me so I could have got the bootleg copy for you.
I mean, I can give it to you still.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's on my USB.
Oh, all right. I'll jack that for you now.
Police, you jacking me. Yeah, so I rewatched it. I had to go on YouTube after and just like look at breakdowns of it because I was like, I still don't
Were
really understand
you
it.
like playing FIFA when you were watching?
No, I was
You
in
watched it
bed
fully?
watching it. Like I woke up in the morning, so I was awake. Put it on, properly watched it because I was like, I have to probably watch it, and I literally there was still bits that I'm just like still didn't get the full concept of it. Like I understood it a lot more, and I remember it now like a lot better and stuff.
Did the breakdowns help?
Yeah, there was the breakdowns help. So but there was things I didn't see in the break. Like so, for example, Robert Pattinson, his character was meant to be the son. Like the woman whose husband is trying to kill himself, their son that he's kidnapped. Apparently that's him. Like but the timelines obviously have all like.
Do they show that though? I don't feel like they
know.
show that.
That's what I feel like.
I don't feel like that's. I mean, I'll have to watch the movie again.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a
Them
fan
speculating.
theory.
Maybe, yeah. Because they were. But I saw it in a couple, I think 2 or 3 different breakdowns. They said it in all of them. Then they said it's referenced and stuff in there. But I'm like, I didn't see any
Where?
references to
Yeah,
that.
I'm trying to think. Like, I kind of get it because I feel like his character was meant to be. They hint at his character being more
Yeah.
than just
Just the kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't feel like it was.
I don't feel like it was
specifically shown.
specifically shown in a way that we were meant to go. Oh, he's the son.
Yeah, exactly. Like for example, when the woman she comes to the boat and then she sees the girl diving off the boat, and you're like, oh, that's who that was because you see that it was her. Yeah, so
doing
that
it,
sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then I was like, they said it in the reference. I was like, I had no idea about that. So there was things in the breakdowns which I didn't really understand. So Yeah, I watched Dune obviously earlier as well, which I probably need to watch again at some point because.
Thanks. So you seen Dune, right?
Yeah.
Bad boy movie.
I just like
top
it.
tier movie, man.
He
top
was just
tier.
like, it's alright.
It was alright. I enjoyed it, but it was like it was.
Yeah. I was so
Banger.
gassed.
I sense it was very
Banger.
Star Wars. You know, it was like that. Yeah, Star Wars ripped the whole flow. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
It just felt like Star Wars.
The fact that I'd never seen Star Wars, I know obviously conceptually Star Wars, but
Yeah.
when I was watching, I was like, this is like Star Wars, but I was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
And like, it's just a different type of movie as well. It's like, just the pace is very slow, and I really enjoyed that
Yeah.
about it.
I'm watching My Hero Academia still. So I almost finished. I'm on season 5 now. And then I finished Eden Zero, which was that was a hard watch. I was struggling to get through the end of that.
Yeah, I
So
literally
bad.
haven't seen the latest episodes because I was like, it's just terrible.
Yeah, I thought it was only 12 episodes as well. So like, I was like, okay, I'll power through to 12. Got to 12 and there was still like another 12 or 30 episodes. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like because it had a first release of 12 and then it had another release of
Yeah, I
12,
didn't realize there was
13
a
more.
second install. So I was like, okay, I can do 12. It was decent enough at the start. I can do 12.
Yeah.
And then there was something I was like, you know what? I've watched half now. I might as well just watch it. But I feel like at the end of it, I just wasn't paying attention at all. I have no idea what happened in
yeah.
it.
I think I didn't watch the last episode. I think the only the episode where they're like where the last of the 4 robot people, whatever.
Yeah.
They go to that planet. I was like, this is a mess.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. This is just bad.
That's where I was at as well. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna finish it and just delete it from history. I don't want to ever see it again. Like, don't pop up in my Netflix again or whatever. And I watched Stranger Things because the last 2 episodes dropped last week. That was good. There were 2 long ass episodes. One was like an hour and a half. The second one was like 2.5 hours.
Jeez.
So yeah, but it was good though. It was really good. I enjoyed the last season. And then I've been watching Love Island. I've been sucked in. I've been sucked in.
Is this because of? Yeah.
No, it's just because possibly like it's
Yeah.
no, it's because of Twitter. It's because of Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just seeing all the stories on Twitter, and I think because I saw 1 or 2 episodes here and there sort of thing. I think because then now I know the characters, and then I'm seeing stuff that's being said about them.
They're
on
real
Twitter.
people.
Characters there. That's what I was
These
gonna
are
say.
real people.
That's what I've seen the cast. Or they be called, the Islanders. I've seen them, so I know who they are. Now I'm seeing the names and stuff. I'm like, I'm kind of curious now what's happening in it. So yeah, I'm watching it this week. Castle and Moore was happening. I had to see what was cooking.
I'm glad you kept that quiet. So like sometimes I hear what he's watching. Like for example, I heard Dune earlier on today, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Dune. I heard nothing. Like he's keeping it hidden.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I watch it like in the day. I feel like in the mornings or
good,
you
good.
popped off.
Good.
But I was watching it today earlier on. So you could have heard it,
Right here.
but
I hear that.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's a good reality show. Like it's decent. It's got moments. There's drama at the moment, so it's fun. You like it. You like the drama.
It's so. No, I like high level. Could never happen in real life drama. Like manufactured to the degree to make people hate each other drama. Like Love Island is. It's just too normal. It's too normal.
Nah, it has been funny though, because like, okay, so in the most recent episode, basically so they had Castle and Moore, so obviously they split off to boys and girl group, and then they pair up or whatever if they want. So one guy was getting with another girl in Castle and Moore, like, yeah, they lips in bed, all this sort of stuff. Apparently he sucked her boobs and stuff like that in bed, and then they've gone back. He's recoupled up with this girl. His girl, who's before, was recoupled up as well. And then when he's seen that, he's like, wow, like, oh, and then she's like, oh yeah, no, I think I found a connection with possibly a connection. Like, obviously, I'd like to Andrew. She's like, yeah, of course you did. And he's sitting there next to his girl that he's recoupled up with at this point, and he's gone to speak to her. And he's like, oh, I don't even like that girl. Like, I literally just coupled up with her as a friend. It's not anything like that. So you've just completely like done me over by recoupling up and making the girl feel bad. And then like then she's come and said to like told people what's happened in the other place. So he's like, oh yeah. So what happens? Oh yeah, we just had a couple of kisses and that's all we really did. And now she's then gone and said that she sucked her boobs and stuff. And then he's like, oh fine, I'll go tell her then. And then he's like, yeah. Apparently more happened. Like apparently more happened. Like I sucked her boob or whatever. He's like, you did what? She's like, I like licked her tit or whatever. Just the way he said it had me like creasing because he tried to make it sound better the second time.
So casually, yeah.
And then, yeah, or whatever. But I don't even remember it. Like, I was so angry because he heard that she was chatting shit about him. So I was so angry with you that I had to do it. So angry. So I just kind of did it out of anger that first night. That's funny.
That's high-key idiotic.
It's so idiotic. I was like, this man is a bitch. Like, there's no other term for it. I was like, he's just a bitch. Like,
yeah, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the drama I like, or the drama that I can get sucked into, is like that Temptation Island bullshit. That full on. We are here to ruin your lives. Like Love Island is just too normal. It's just you're putting people.
I think a lot of it is very normal.
Yeah, you're putting people in a situation and be like, you're putting like young, attractive people.
Yeah.
With limited intelligence into into this scenario and just being like, no, because it is. That's what it is. No. Like so, and the ones people, like some of them are academically smart.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say academically smart.
Yeah.
Academically. From what I've
Tell us
seen
how you
anyway.
really feel.
From what I've seen anyway.
No,
so I'm
right.
like, so I'm just like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, it's just like
It's all very face value. They're all
yeah,
like, there's nothing behind the door.
Yeah, and it just honestly feels like, you know, when you get on a bus or you get on public transport or something, and you just got like some teenagers behind you just nattering away.
Yeah.
Like, and then he said to me, and then do you know what I said to Becca? And then Becca said to me about that Josh was doing this, and Josh was with Dan, and I saw them walking past, and I was like, hey Josh, and you know what? He looked at me, he didn't even say anything back, he just kept walking. Oh no, I can't believe he did that. That's so rude. Like it's just that kind of vibe, and I'm like, oh, go away, please.
It does really get like that in high school, though.
You get that sometimes.
Like, I was like, oh, I can't deal. But I like the ones where it's like, okay, we're gonna take you to this place and we're gonna separate you, and then we're gonna deliberately show you edited footage of your partner doing the mad thing, and then we're gonna let you just sit with that. We're gonna be like, how does that make you feel? Yeah. Does it maybe make you want to explore your options? Like
that's what Casa Amor kind of is, because they're in their couples and stuff before Casa Amor. Then they split off at Casa Amor, so they then have the option to meet up with other people, and they do challenges and stuff on there, and it'll be like, oh, the smallest guy kisses the tallest girl.
But
so then the girl who's on the other end, who's coupled up with him, is there like,
yeah.
Oh, he's the smallest guy. Oh, he's kissing a girl right now, sort of thing, and then it's.
But who the hell are you? I met you 2 seconds ago. With these other shows that they're committed partners coming in as couples.
That's one thing about it, but I think I guess you're living with this person 24/7, so it's intense.
Bro, it's 24/7, but I met you 2 days ago.
Yeah. Nah, they seem, that's the thing, they get very attached very quickly. Like, yes, that's one thing I find very strange about it. But
that's why they would never have me on there. They'd be like, who the hell are you? Like, no sunshine.
I'd go on just for drama. Just go and just try and do a little stereo thing. Just be there. I'll get kicked out probably in a week because I'll just break all the rules.
I'd be. They wouldn't want me there. Like, you know how like they keep people on because like, oh, he's such a good friend.
Yeah.
They'd be like, get this motherfucker out of here. He's just like,
he ain't here to couple up with anyone. He's here to just chat shit and just cause drama. Like, you'd not get voted off because the public would probably love you.
Probably would enjoy the smoke,
and the show would probably love you for causing drama.
I would fully be on like. I would literally be like, just so what, like someone would be like, oh no, but I really like her. Yeah, but did you see the way like this other girl was?
Right, you know what he said to me?
Just making up stuff, just making up. Like, I don't know if you've seen that clip of like the Big Brother clip where they think someone's died.
Yeah, Tiffany Pollard and what's it, David Bowie, Angie Bowie, and David Guest.
He's dead.
I was talking about this the other day with someone. Have you seen it, Cam?
No.
I would not go that extreme with what I'm making up, but I don't think that was just a misunderstanding.
It was
wasn't
a big misunderstanding. So basically, this was so David Bowie's wife was in Big Brother, and there's a guy called David Guest in the house. So David Guest was ill at this time, so he was in bed, like staying quietly in bed because he was not feeling well.
Yeah.
So then Angie Bowie, David Bowie's wife, got called into the diary room, got told that her ex-husband's died. And then she came out and was all like, okay, I'm going to keep it calm. And then she went to Tiffany, some woman from New York, like she's quite a loud, like over the top person. She said, like, I got to talk to you. I can't let it out. David's dead. Don't they? David's dead. Ah! Yeah, in her head, she's thinking, she's like, David Bowie, who? Like David, who's sick in the bed.
Yeah.
So then she's gone crazy. Oh my God. She said, no, get hugging her. Like, just keep it between me and you. Keep it between you. And she's like, what's wrong with you? Keep it between me and you. Where? Then she ran outside to him and she's like, no, she just told me David's dead. Like, I can just keep it between us. I don't know what's wrong with her. And they're like, everyone's like, what? Ran into the room, pulled the covers off. And like, David said, yeah.
That's crazy. I was like, why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I was talking about my ex-husband on the outside. He's passed
And she's
away.
like, really?
So, but yeah,
crazy.
no, I wouldn't go that crazy to start saying people died. But I'd just be trying to cause all kinds of chaos and confusion. Like just in that vein of like you say one thing and then tell that so that that person goes and tells other people and then it just snowballs from there. Yeah.
And sit out your popcorn and just watch. Just watch it, do the drama kick off. But yeah, that's all I've been watching though.
Cam.
Yeah, so I've only really been watching Lucifer at the minute. I am.
Is he still a mopey bitch?
As I said in the group chat, you'll see when you watch
Everything
it.
I touch, everyone I love.
Yes, I was just started season 5.
So season 4 is what I need to look forward to.
No, see, I was talking about season 3.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about the end of season 3 or something. Because season 4 is only 10 episodes, and season 3 is 28 episodes.
That's a lot. Wasn't it? It was 2 parts, wasn't it, or something?
Season 3?
Yeah, was it?
It was.
He binges
What do you mean,
it,
like 2 parts? Like what?
I think like so they released it in 2 parts, or was it like did it have a
Probably.
break in the middle and something happened and like they came back?
Like, was there a big mid-season,
Yeah.
like cliffhanger in the middle or something? Like it
I
could
can't
be like a
remember,
mid-season
but
break.
what there was like 3 or 4 filler episodes, like legitimate episodes when it had nothing to do with anything that happened previously.
Yeah, I kind of remember
Like
that.
the last 2 episodes of the season were 100% filler. They didn't. So
Last 2 of the season, like
the
so
season.
Episode 26,
26 and
so 27, 28.
28, yeah. So 26, something happens big, and then 26, and then it just goes to some filler stuff.
Oh my
Like
word!
it's an anime. I was like, what am I watching? And there was some more before that as well. I was like, this has nothing to do with what happened the last episode.
Yeah.
What is going on? But I guess, I don't know what happened that year, but they just added in some filler for some reason. And then, yeah, season 4 is only 10 episodes, which I don't...
Season 5 and 6 are only 10 as well, aren't they? They're not very
Season
long.
5 is a bit longer, and I think season 6 is a bit longer as well. But season 1 was only like 14, 15, 16 episodes as well. And then season 3 was just really long.
They had a lot of like changes with the studios, I think. Because obviously, I think Netflix did the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But then like, I think before that, I don't know who was doing them before. So maybe like season
I think
3
it
was a
started off,
different...
it was the CW, I believe.
Yeah. It was,
And
yeah.
then, some changes happened. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's a lot more enjoyable than anything else I was watching. That's why I've stopped. I haven't really watched Grey's or Scrubs in a while. Scrubs,
how do you
Scrubs
feel?
is good. I think it's funny, but I really dislike most of the characters. I don't like JD at all. He's annoying. I think he's just stupid and annoying. Turk is hilarious all the time.
Yeah.
Cox is hilarious all the time.
Yeah.
I do not like what's the
Jenna.
white one with the
Elliot.
blonde. Yeah, Elliot.
I didn't like Elliot either.
I don't like her, and she's freaking what's her name from How I Met Your Mother? Stella. I knew it going in. I was like, I don't like Stella. There's no way I'm gonna like you.
Yeah.
At
Stella
first, she was alright.
fine. What was wrong
By
with
the end of it, I
Stella?
was like, no, I'm done with this woman.
Stella was the captain's. No,
Stella
that's
was
Zoe.
the one who
Stella's-
who left him at the altar.
Oh, for Yes, Karate Man.
Yeah,
And
Zoe was not fine.
Jed Mosley.
Zoe was not fine.
Zoe was calm.
Zoe was the most annoying.
Zoe was
Zoe?
fine.
Zoe was the captain's wife.
Captain's missus. She was the one that wanted to destroy the building that he wanted to.
That he was
the
the
one that
architect
wanted to
for.
preserve the building
Oh,
that
that
Ted
he
wanted to
wanted to
destroy.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, we will date and we'll not talk about this.
Literally, whenever I see her in anything else, I'm instantly annoyed.
I can't remember who
And she annoys me. Like she's in house.
They had the
She's in house and it's terrible. She's garbage.
they had the sweetest like get together, like where it's like, yeah, Ted loves me. Yeah,
that episode was good. I'm not gonna lie. That episode was
And
good
then he's,
only
like,
because
rinsing her.
that episode was only good because it was being
Turn her
all
higher,
the stories
bro.
were being told to Marshall, who was in Minnesota.
yeah.
Now that was the only reason why that episode was good. But it was a very good episode. But yeah,
And like, wait, so Zoe loves Ted and Ted loves Zoe? And
Yeah.
neither of them know that they love
and
each
like
other.
his mum and his brother just getting involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Have you been watching How I Met Your Father?
I've seen all of the episodes about that.
You finished
already.
it?
Yeah, it was only like it was short. It was like maybe 13
finished?
episodes. I don't know if it's finished. It's done for the season.
The father's one in the group, innit? Because the father's meant to be one in the group in this.
I don't know, but just at the end of the first episode, she says that she met the father in that
episode.
In the events of
So
the
it's going
episode.
to be one in the group, essentially.
Doesn't have to be because she
Someone in
met
that
someone
episode.
who's not in the group. Like she met someone, was meant to date him, and then he moved. So it could be him.
It's not.
Could
Doubt
be some
it.
random
It'll be
person
him.
in the bar or something, and
It's
she just bumped
going
into
to be one in the
sorry.
group. It's going to be one in
It
the group.
can't be one of the group because the only guys in the group, there's 2 guys in the group, and there's her and 2 other girls in the group. And one of them, she's about to start dating now, so that's her Robin. And then the other one's married. He's not married yet, but he's about to be married.
Could be
So that's
those.
Marshall.
Look at Robin. Robin was married to Barney, wasn't he?
Yeah, but
So, 2 things. I don't think they're going to go the same formula as How I Met Your Mother. So, the one that's about to get married might not get married. That could happen.
that could happen.
And the one that's with Robin, they could just go steady the entire time.
Yeah, that would be a great show.
That would be dry as hell. It'd just be,
Actually,
it'd be like Will and Grace or
date.
something.
They didn't date. What happened was he was like brokenhearted because he proposed to his girl and she rejected him.
Oof.
And this was like the first thing that happens in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And then they were about to go date at the end of the season, but then he got back together with that girl. And then she re-met the guy from the first episode who went away. He came back. And then they
It's
start
the
dating.
guy. It's that guy.
That guy. But that guy's black and she's white. They're not going to have a mixed race couple.
Wow. Wow, Cam.
I'm not racist. The people who write the show are.
Are the kids white or mixed race?
The kid is one white boy. Actually, we don't see him.
I haven't seen him, so it could be a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's why they ain't showing him, because it would give it
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Like a little
he
mixed
sounds
race
like a white kid.
hates you.
He sounds like a white
Probably
kid.
is voiced by a white kid, but then when you see him, it's going to be a mixed race kid with a totally different voice.
Yeah. The way they have it is that she's talking to him over like a video call, rather than
Okay.
him being in the same room as her.
Like, look at Ted, like when he's narrating the show, it's Bob
Yeah, it's
Saget, and it's
yeah.
a completely different voice. And then when you actually get to him telling the story, it still sounds completely different.
And then, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've just been watching Lucifer. But it's kind of mad. The 4th season was kind of nuts. Season 3 was kind of nuts as well, but there were some annoying things that happened in it.
I don't like how season 2 ended. No, I liked how I didn't like how season 2 ended. I had problems.
What was that when the mum went away? What was your problem?
It was too... I don't know. I hate when things get tied up in a neat little bow. Like when there's... because it just feels too rushed. Like there's so much happening. And somehow they find a solution that ties up basically everything. And I feel like you go... Like, yes, there's still some loose ends in terms of he's still the devil and he still wants to work with the police and rah, rah, rah. And she's seen him teleport miles away now or whatever. And she's like, how did you do that? And she's like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this, Lucifer, or whatever. But there were so many plates spinning, and they tied them all up. And now it's just like season 3 is just going to be a whole new thing. I kind of like it when there's carryover of like some things that haven't been sorted. Like you could sort out the major thing. Like if the mum was the major thing, sort it out, send it away, whatever. But it literally ties up. That season ties up
I think that's probably
What
how
else
it is.
has been
though.
tied up? What else is
everything.
everything?
So I'm trying to remember because I've watched this a minute ago now.
But that's how a lot of those kind of shows are. They'll have like one overarching storyline which carries out for the whole thing, then they'll have like one thing that kind of is seasonal, and then that will get tied up at the end of every season. So I'm sure that, like, yeah, season 3, they still have things.
So no, but I can't think of what, because I think everything else was done with. So like what was the whole thing? So there was the Lucifer and thing, will they, won't they, romance detective. Yeah, they've kind of gone, at this point they've gone down hard on that one way. I think they said that they're not going to do it. I fully can't remember. It's been a minute. But they've even decided that they are dating or they aren't dating.
Okay.
Can't remember which way. You watched this the other day as well.
Bro, I'm on season 5 now.
All right, so they've even decided that you are going to date or you aren't going to date. And I'm like, so that's essentially, obviously that continues, but that's essentially they've decided something.
Yeah.
The mum's gone, like I say. What's her name?
Linda.
Yeah, Linda's she was like, her job was on the ropes.
Yeah.
And they fixed that. That could have been something that could have carried over, to be fair.
There's so much more that's gonna come though. Like,
No, of course there's more that's gonna
yeah.
come. But I'm like, what happens is, and this is what happened, why I haven't watched anymore, is you tied up everything. There's nothing that makes me want to watch season 3 now. Not to say
The thing that kept me watching
other than this enjoyable show.
You're not like,
There's nothing I need
in a
to
hurry,
see.
like,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
There's nothing that I need to see. Like, what happens next in this thread, or what happens next in that thing. It's just, this is an enjoyable show that I can go back to at any. Like the way The Boys ended, I'm like, I need season 4, inject that right now, because there's so much. Like, they've got their head for.
Thank you for stopping yourself. Thank you.
I was literally
I don't even know what you were about to say.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
I was literally about to spoil the entire season. Wow. But yeah, the Boys, there's threads of where this is continuing into the next season.
And there's a few threads.
And there's a few of them. Whereas with Lucifer, I was like, if I stopped here, the story it's not complete. I know there's more that could happen, but everything that was open is kind of done.
Yeah.
Which is why I haven't got to see.
My thing is that the things that are still open for me at the end of season 2, the things that were still open for me were like Amenadiel and his powers. What's going on with him? Why has he lost them? How can he get them back?
He's just a wuss now.
Yeah, it was annoying, but I was like, yeah, this guy, he needs to get his powers back. And then also just Lucifer revealing himself to more people, like, because obviously he has a group of friends now,
Yeah.
and only one human person knows who he is.
I mean, they all know who he is. They just don't believe him.
Yeah, that. But I'm
I
like,
think that, to be fair, that's an interesting twist on that whole secret identity stuff.
yeah, where he's telling you to your face,
says
I
it.
am the devil.
And they're like, all right,
okay,
of course
yeah,
sure
yeah,
you
yeah.
are.
With you and your metaphors, Lucifer. Yeah, so like that was what kept me watching. I was like, I want to know what happens. I want to know like how everyone finds out, and if everyone finds out at some point, and if Amenadiel gets his powers back, and also because he stops time at the end of the thing, I wanted to know like, does he actually have his powers?
He has
Or-
to, yeah. Well, not he has to,
what?
but he had to stop time to get.
Yeah, to save Linda,
Yeah.
and then yeah. But season 3 is really good.
I feel like a lot of the seasons. I can't remember which season. That's why I don't want to say anything. So I can't remember what season's what. But like I feel like a lot of them end with something happening. I can't remember how season 2 ended up. I remember when the mum went on the beach, wasn't it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Leaves.
But I can't remember like anything else really about it. And then I remember like
And then
in season 3 or 4. or something.
cliffhanger was Charlotte wakes up and she's Charlotte again.
Yeah.
Okay, which isn't anything major.
Not to me. I mean,
Yeah.
it might be. I don't know, but not. At
That point, I didn't think Charlotte was
Yeah.
going to be doing anything.
At that
Like,
point, she was just a chick that had got murdered, and
Yeah.
then his mum took over her body, and now she's a chick who got murdered who's back. And
Yeah, but the thing is that she's back, but she has, as the mum, she had all these ties to all these people, and now she's back as Charlotte. So what happens there with all her relationships that she had?
nothing. She just goes and lives her life somewhere else. Obviously, that's not what's going to happen. But
Wasn't
that's-
she getting with the Detective Douche?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's going to be there like, oh my God, you're
It's gonna
back.
be all sad.
She could just leave. She don't need to be around. She can just go.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you should continue watching it. Very good
I
show.
will. I haven't dropped it officially. I just haven't started season 3 yet. That's all. I might watch an episode now. I don't know.
Might have to rewatch it. It was
Well, I
good.
might watch Tenet. I don't know.
Superman's in season 3.
Superman's in season 3.
Henry
Clark
Cavill
Kent.
or
Not Henry Cavill.
Clark Kent.
No.
Brandon Routh?
Is that his name from Smallville?
Oh, Tom Welling.
Yeah.
That was a banger.
That was a big intro.
That yeah. Were you talking about the show or the intro?
Well, both.
The show, I don't know.
The show doesn't quite hold
The
up. I
intro.
tried to rewatch it and I was like, this is bad.
I like
He's not a very good actor in that show.
He's not a good actor. I like the first few seasons. I think because I just liked Superman and it was young Clark. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. And like by the time we got to like season 4, season 5, I was just like, nah.
I was like, man, fly. What are you doing? God damn it.
Nah, I didn't. I barely watched it, but I just didn't like his whole relationship stuff. It's just annoying.
It wasn't Lois. It was Lana Lang.
Lana Lang. But Lewis was there.
Yeah, she came in. I think she came in a bit
later,
later.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was just fan service. Like,
Yeah.
no, let's give you Lewis Lane, but they're not
You
going
want
to
Lana.
get together because he's.
No, that was cool. He had a smart
love of
friend,
his life.
Chloe, I think her name was, or something. Chloe Sullivan. It's cool. I like that show.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, all I'm really watching is Lucifer right now. And I'm playing Celeste, having a good time.
What about Spy X Family? You finished it?
Yeah, I finished
You
it.
watched it subbed?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to. Hopefully.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's good.
Lots of
I
jokes.
fully was not expecting it to be a comedy.
Nah, neither was I.
I was thinking it was going to be. I thought they were going to play the idea straight, and it wouldn't. And I reckon it's a good idea to play straight. Even
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was gonna be a really good, like, just interesting show sort of thing. I mean, it is, but it just
It is,
wasn't.
but it's just-
it wasn't what I was expecting at all.
yeah. And Awashi, whatever.
Hey, there's another football anime coming like
Blue Lock.
in autumn, I think.
That one I don't have
Not
much hope for
autumn,
either.
winter. Wait, what's
I think
next?
I think it's
Next is
autumn.
autumn.
Yeah.
Next is fall. Yeah, fall.
It's
season.
meant
Yeah,
to
the
be
one
out-
after that, then winter.
I think it's like October kind of time is coming.
Winter season starts in
December.
December.
Yeah.
I looked on my anime list and I think it said it was for the winter one.
Okay.
I'm not too sure.
I
interesting.
saw a trailer. It didn't fill me with hope. But I don't really like Awashi actually either. Was it last episode where I was saying about how he's learning to track the ball?
Yeah.
So what the fuck? Bro, you say you've been playing the football all your life. How do you not know this? But hey, whatever.
I just remembered I actually started rewatching Galactic Football while I go to bed.
Bang.
Yeah.
The breath of a Killian.
It's not really that good.
I know, it's horrible. They
It's
just
horrible.
they reuse
The animations all the time.
so much.
Yeah.
That's what when I rewatched it back, I realized that it just like every time Tia doing the shot,
To
I think,
jump
like,
up. The fucking-
bam,
Yeah.
and then Rocket spinning with the ball, and it's like everything was reused at the same time over and over again.
Bare, but it's still gangster.
I was like, they just had no budget. I'm like, okay, I understand you have no budget. Like, I will let you off because the concept is sick.
Yeah. And when I think season 3, it changed producer or something. Like Mike Rice's voice changed, and it was like it was
Yeah,
horrible.
it goes to Disney. Like, it goes from like JX to Disney,
Yeah,
Disney XD, and then it falls off a cliff.
yeah.
Right.
Literally,
Like, it wasn't great, but then it just fell off a cliff and went
Completely
even
fell
worse.
off.
I just remember the one episode I really liked was the one with Mike Rice and the redhead guy. I can't remember his name. Jock were competing for the girl.
Tia.
So-
No, not Tia.
Not Tia.
The other one, May with
Yeah.
the long hair.
Yeah.
So they were just banging in goals and fighting. and just like staring at each other afterwards. Like, just doing like all kinds of celebrations, like just sweet.
The thing that's so weird is that the only team that anyone from Achillion ever goes to, other than like an
The
Achillion
one with the
team,
smog.
Shadow.
is the Shadow Dons. I'm like, guys, there are other teams in the freaking galaxy, and then also they gain the shadow powers as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you could just do that, why is everyone who was playing football before just not out there? Like, why aren't people from Achillion going to other planets to join their teams?
They weren't good enough. You have to be a certain level of baller in order to unlock the
Also,
breath
I
and
think
stuff.
that the breath is, if you're from a Killian, you have the breath, and that's like part of you. So like when you get the smog, it damages your insides because
Yeah, that's true.
It,
That
had
would
a-
happen to
yeah,
Thingy.
What's his face?
Archer.
it was Archer who went first, but then the other guy went the
The
evil
other
Don.
one, yeah.
Can't remember what his name is now.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
And then Rocky gets kicked out. This is his name, Rocky, isn't it?
Rocky,
He
yeah.
gets
Gets
kicked
kicked
out.
out,
And
he
he
goes
starts
to the-
going underground ball.
Yeah,
That's so
That
sick.
game, I was
That
like,
should just
yo.
be a show by itself.
Yeah,
was sick.
that game was
and we
hard.
thought that the lizard kind of dude. That was like so sick.
That
Just
game, I'm like, yeah. Just,
Precision, bang, bounce off the wall, goes in the hole.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I would honestly that in real life. It wouldn't be. They couldn't do that.
They'll just be kicking
The
the
holes
ball
are
randomly and just hoping it goes
Yeah, the hole
in.
would have to be a lot bigger. Like, because it was like the fact that it's like, right, you're in a small confined space. You got to have
Maneuver
close
past,
control.
yeah.
Like, you got to be able to dribble very, very well. But then also you got to have, Beckham precision.
Yeah.
So putting this ball exactly
And
where
it's
it
like
needs to be.
stop someone just backheels it into the thing, straight into the hole. Like it's so cold.
Because he was literally just doing that in the beginning, like in the first episode, he's like by himself,
Spraying the
just
ball
putting
around.
the ball into a hole from like distance.
And that's what Archer was. It Archer who saw him and picked him up, but
Yeah,
his
it was
brother
Archer.
didn't want him to play,
Nah.
did he? Yeah.
Yeah. Because his brother's a little sad boy because he broke his leg. Oh, I broke my leg. Now my son can't play football.
Did he lose his leg?
Oh yeah, he lost his leg. Either way,
No, my son can't play football.
He'll never play either. Just 'cause of-
he must be a florist. It's like what?
No, that guy was sour because even the mum came back and stuff, and he was like, "Nah, you're not allowed back in the picture. You left. You're not coming back. You're not coming back round here."
Yeah, that was his thing because Archer left him as well. So he's just
Yeah.
like, you leave me, you're done, bro. I don't want nothing to do with you anymore.
Oh man,
I forgot about the whole florist thing. It's so random.
you will sell flowers for the rest of your life, and you will like it.
You never play ball.
There'll be no football in this house. That's jokes. Yeah, man, we grew up with some bangers as children, man. Like,
Yeah.
even if they don't always hold up, they were still bangers at the time, man.
Like back to football, even if you watch it back, other than when you notice the animations being repeated,
It's not that good.
It's
It's definitely not that good.
I watched
It's
it
enjoyable.
I watched it like 7-8 years ago. And yeah, it was one of the ones where it's still enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, it's still fun. It's not.
And it's still like, yeah, it's kind of cold, but yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, I've watched it back before, and like up until I got to the Disney XD part, I was having a good time.
yeah.
And I'll probably do the same now, but I'm only really watching like one episode a day, probably less than that.
I want to watch like Super Duper Sumos and like But Ugly Martians and stuff like that, and just
I've watched clips of Ugly Martians like
It's gonna be
recently.
trash,
It's
trash,
just garbage.
trash.
It's so bad.
Super Duper Super is actually not bad still. I've watched like clips of that recently. And the art's like quite bad,
Yeah.
but the show is like, yeah, nice. It's okay. Like it's not great.
That's probably like fun. Like,
Yeah,
just really
it's just fun.
fun.
It's like
But
Totally
Ugly
Spies.
Martians looks really bad and is like,
I don't even remember that. I remember the theme song and stuff. I can't remember what it looks like now.
horrible.
they're like massive head on these like.
Oh yeah. This show, yeah, I remember that show was good.
good. I enjoyed it. It was essentially Goku. They were essentially Goku because they were sent to destroy you after they like lost their memory or whatever and decided to become protectors of
Yeah.
you instead. Literally Goku vibes. So yeah, that thing that you sent earlier, I didn't reply. Oh yeah, I did
You
reply,
did.
but it was so sick.
That was it was very good.
Sick. The Dragon Ball. So Bez sent us a video. It was basically like a Dragon Ball Z fan made like short movie, and yeah, it was gangster. It was literally like an alternate timeline because they played around with the lore a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Cam?
I started it, but it was 11 minutes. I didn't finish it.
All right, fair enough.
I was like, I want it to be longer. That's what when it
Yeah,
was.
same.
I thought it was like a trailer when I clicked on it.
Yeah.
And then I saw it was 11 minutes. I was like, I'm doing something right now. I don't have time to do this.
Yeah.
But I want to watch it. It looked, I mean, just from what I saw, it looked sick.
It's so sick.
Like
And they play
the
around.
art style, animation looked pretty good.
They played around with the lore a bit, and it worked.
Yeah.
I think what they changed in the lore, I could watch an alternative timeline that did this.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of cool.
And I reckon, because I saw in the comments, they were like, we need to do a Kickstarter right now. Like, so I reckon
They probably will, yeah.
they'll probably go for a second
I
episode.
kinda, stuff like that kind of makes me want to watch Dragon Ball, but it's just gonna be just ugly.
Dragon Ball's good.
Dragon Ball's
Ugly.
not that bad. I've never actually watched it all the way through. But the beginning of it is
Fugly.
it's not like, it doesn't look that bad.
It's gonna be fugly.
It doesn't
I don't
look
like
bad.
One Piece because One Piece looks bad, and One Piece
One
is
Piece
like
art style is just
a
bad.
decade
though.
after. Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe.
One,
Just
one
the character
And
designs
also-
are just
also-
Dimensions was weird. They were
And
really
also,
long.
Yeah.
and also, dubbing in them days was horrid.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z had.
It's not, Dragon Ball is not that bad. Like
Dragon Ball
I've
holds
only
up.
really ever seen the
I'm
beginning
gonna
and I
watch-
don't dislike
I'm gonna
it.
watch. All right, so I know it's like 20-1, but I'm gonna watch the first episode of Dragon Ball tonight, and I'll let you know what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. You like Bulma. She's in it from day dot. So yeah, you'll be happy.
Bulma's gangster, but I think I liked Bulma. I just like Dragon Ball Super Bulma. Because I didn't like her Dragon Ball Z per se.
Yeah.
And what I didn't Dragon Ball Z, I didn't.
She was just harmful. Yeah,
she was just there sometimes.
But she's like a main character in Dragon Ball.
In Super, she rose to prominence again as well.
Yeah.
And I liked her there because she was just like up in Boris's face, like, you scared. And she was like, I am the captain. Look at me. I'm the captain.
That's who she is, though. That's pretty much who she is in the thing as well. Like, she's like, I'm getting them Dragon Balls.
And then, and she was, and Super, she was very helpful. I feel like in Dragon Ball Z, she wasn't all that helpful. Like, she had her scouter device to find her, but that was it. In Super, she's always got gadgets and this, that, and the other thing to help her out. Or she's like flying spaceships. She's like doing a lot more.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you go, Bulma.
That's I feel like they kind of, I feel like she was more annoying because she was like, obviously, Goku. I think it was very human in Dragon Ball. So, like, they weren't doing Kamehameha. They learned it a bit later. Yeah. But they were kind of just, he had this power pole in martial arts and stuff. Yeah. So, Bulma was kind of, she's young, so she was kind of scared of like, you see like a big dragon running at them, and then she's just, oh my god, and then you can just see Goku chasing it, sort of thing. So it's like, I think she was helpful because she had the gadget, she had the capsule car, which turned into a car, and Goku's obviously like shocked about it and all this sort of stuff. So she had the gadgets, and she was the main character. So her and Goku were the main characters in Dragon Ball.
Okay.
And then obviously Yamcha comes in later. Krillin and all them lot come in later. Tien, they're all like, Yamcha's a bad guy. Tien's a bad guy.
Tien was a bad guy first.
He was a bad guy first,
I knew Yamcha was a bad guy first.
Because he was Master Roshi's friend's, like his brother, I think, actually. He was his student.
Tien Shinhan.
Yeah, Tien Shinhan. So he's a bad guy.
Did he always have this?
Yeah.
He's not human, man. That guy.
Yeah, he just unlocked his chakras.
Yeah.
I played
Shinobi
Strikers. I deleted it straight away.
Why?
Straight away. Absolutely not. That game is a waste of time.
Is it the same kind of fighting style as the other Naruto games?
Basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's not that enjoyable. Yeah.
I was running around this huge map, like with like 7 other people. Like, no, it's too much.
I don't think I played online. I just played like story.
So it's teams. So you have like 4 people on a team, and then you fight against 4 other people. But it's just like, it's so reckless. It's just so chaotic because like, yeah, you're running around. And like the guy could be way over there, so you're running way over there, and then someone else is probably chasing you. And
that never happens in anime.
But then even like the story mode when it's 1-on-1, okay, it's less
chaotic.
It's less chaotic and whatever. It's just not that interesting at that point. Yeah. So I deleted that, and then I because I wanted to play a fighting game last night, basically, and I had Shinobi Strikers installed because it was on PlayStation Plus. I'm wrapping up the episode. I promise this episode's getting long, but so I had that. So I was like, let me play that. Was not working. Deleted. I looked at Dragon Ball's Fighter Z, and I was like, oh, this is kind of small. I'm sure it will install in time, like before it gets too late. So I put that in, installed. I played that. I was like, this is so much more fun. But I just want Tekken. And then Cam's bought Tekken for me today. So I'm like, yes. I
just want Tekken. Yeah, Tekken is, I don't know, it's by far the best in terms of feel fighting game for me.
For me too. Like I've always been Tekken over Street Fighter. To be fair, I would always mostly take Mortal Kombat over Street Fighter as well.
I feel like they're pretty similar in terms of like the buttons, at least they're exactly the same pretty much. Like you have actually I think Mortal Kombat is the same as Tekken actually.
I think Mortal Kombat is similar to Tekken. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying because I actually have Tekken. I have Mortal Kombat 10 I think on my PS5.
Would it be 10? Not 11?
I think it'd be 11.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it's the latest one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, and I played it for a bit. I was like, this is all right, but it's not Tekken.
Yeah,
so
Tekken's the bang bang. For me, Tekken's the bang bang. But yeah, Mortal Kombat is fun. Street Fighter is fun.
My favorite one was Marvel vs. Capcom. That was my favorite fighting game. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was that one.
But that's in the Street Fighter style, no? Yeah, because
it's Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah.
I was like, which game is that like? Yeah, Street Fighter.
Yeah. So yeah, I would prefer Street Fighter second. I feel like, but
Then you came and bust our both our heads earlier.
Yeah,
we
you
played.
just beat us both.
We played earlier, and then me and Cam were playing, and we were like, whatever. And I was like, "Oh, Bez, just play." He was like, "No, we're gonna be so bad and rubbish." So then I just chose the character that I've never played with before. But obviously he chose a character that he doesn't play the game. So I was like, I should be able to...
Law, I know Law. That's like the very little I do know of Tekken. I'm like, yeah, Law is one, Eddie Gordo is one, and Lei Wulong. They were the current characters I know.
All right, fair enough. But then he bust my head in. And so I passed the pad to Cam. I was like, Cam, show him a thing. He bust Cam's head in too.
Well, yeah, he picked a character that he never played before.
No.
They didn't know. And I picked a character that I've never played before either. And yeah, he just washed me. I was like, I don't know what's going on, man. I thought you didn't play this game.
Yeah, it gets like that.
I
But
felt like it was fun though.
Tekken's fun.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get out of here, man. Make sure you follow us on the socials. That's at 5 Letters Podcast. That's the number 5 Letters Podcast. That'll be everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. That's it, I think. But yeah, hit us out. Let us know if you used to play Yugioh back in the day. Let us know what you're thinking. Boris Johnson, who's going to replace him as Prime Minister, let us know. Is it Rishi Sunak? Is it Liz Truss? Is it Grant Shapps? Is it Penny Mordaunt? Any of them lot. Is it going to be Priti Patel? Out of nowhere.
Oh God.
Is it going to be
From
Nigel?
deep. From deep.
From deep, like what's his face? The guy from Kuroko.
What's his name again?
I've forgotten his name. Never mind. But is she going to pull out from Curry Range and become Prime Minister? Who knows? But yeah, we're out here, man. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.